This time on Roadkill, can we rebuild the top end of a Mini before Freiburger can put an entire small block Chevy together?
It's another Roadkill working from home. And I'm building an engine with leftover parts. Ready? Yeah! Yeehaw!
Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, baby, there we go. You like them spinning 20s?
Hey, it's Freiburger here, and this is going to be the quarantine episode of Roadkill, where both Finnegan and I are completely by ourselves in our home garages. That didn't work very well. Going again. I'm responsible for filming on my iPhone, setting up the audio, dealing with the lighting, being my own production assistant, the whole shebang. Okay, editor's note. This is going to be the very start of the Freiburger part of the program. Oh, I never started the audio. So forgive the quality. It's not going to be up to your normal standards. But hey, Roadkill. Oh, this is killing me.
Well, here we go again. Roadkill working from home. I'm like in my garage, you're in your garage. We're gonna make this happen.
This is very strange. We're not together working on cars.
Together but separate.
Yeah, social distancing.
We are socially distanced by about 3,000 miles.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
This short block right here has been sitting around. Actually, it was in your shop for years. Remember we tried to sell it for like 1,800 bucks with heads and everything, and no one wanted it?
Dude, you want to know what's funny is I watched the Boatkill episode yesterday and saw that motor sitting on the floor of my shop in the corner by the door.
I noticed that as well. But then after that, it got all parted out into a million pieces for engine masters. And I forget, I stole the oil pan for something else. And so it's nothing but a short block. It hasn't actually run since 2008. And I'm going to try and make it a complete fire-upable engine using almost nothing but leftover junk from my treasure trove in my garage.
Oh, you have a great garage. Like, I bet there's at least 4 or 5 different sets of heads you can choose from and 9 camshafts. Like,
I have like 5 sets of heads right there. So it's pretty cool. What are you working on?
Look behind me. That's not what I'm working on. That's what I have to get out of the garage to get to the project that I'm working on. Do you remember that?
The blower is new?
Yeah, this is the green ramp truck that I traded Big Red for. Newbern and I are just putting a supercharger on it to make me feel better about how crappy the truck is. We're gonna push this outside, and then we're gonna bring in the Toyota mini truck that I bought during the Trino wagon episode. We had speed parts for that with us from LC Engineering. We have a ported head, a camshaft, a header, all these parts that we can put on there and hopefully in a couple of days make this thing do burnouts again. And in the summer, maybe go back to a drag strip and see if we can do better than our 18-second quarter-mile time.
Wow, that's a lot. I don't know how you're gonna get that done.
Newbern, he's here.
Oh, okay. Then I have complete faith.
Well, good luck, and I don't know, I'll check in with you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. I'm gonna go degree the cam on this turd.
All right, good luck.
My job on this episode is to see if I can make this engine run by the end of the show using mostly parts that are just left over from my stash. Let's look at our baby here to see what we've got to start with. It's a 350 small block, just a stock block. It's 30 over, which I only knew because I wiped off the piston and handily it had the part number on it right there. I thought it was 60 thousandths overbore, so 30 is good news. And by that part number, it reminded me that it has a probe forged piston in it with a 3cc dome. And that's interesting because what it means is this thing's gonna have about 11-to-1 compression, which sets the tone for the rest of the build, which is pretty cool. Other than that, it's pretty stock. It's got a 3.48 stroke stock cast 350 Chevy crank. You can see it's got some aftermarket H-beam rods in it with good bolts, stock bolts on the mains, still has an oil pump on it. paint's pretty clean. Here's a question a bunch of people have asked, which is, what is this orange stuff? Why did you paint the inside of the block? I guess that's an old man, old school trick. This is a product called Glipdol, and the theory behind it is that it makes the inside of the block slicker so that oil returns to the pan faster. I remember reading and maybe even writing in magazines in the past that it also seals the casting so sand can't escape from the iron. I think that's bogus. I haven't done it to an engine since this one, so that's how much I care.
This is a 1985 Toyota, which in 85, Toyota really didn't have a name. Some people call them Hiluxes, some people call them pickups. And I bought this from my friend Alex Anderson. He sold it to me, and I had it transported to Texas, where a come and swap Torino wagon was waiting for Tony Angelo and I. And last year, you saw this thing go head to head with that wagon and win. One time. It ran 18 flat, I think at 68 miles an hour, something like that in the quarter mile. And we're going to try to improve upon that today.
How much power is all these upgrades supposed to give us here?
I think this thing will make about 140, 150 horsepower. So 50% more power.
I legit don't know what's the intake and what's the exhaust. This must be the exhaust, right?
All right, we have a medium lift cam and a ported cylinder head from LC Engineering going on our hot rod mini truck.
And we don't know which side is the intake or the exhaust.
But I'm sure if we stare at it long enough and play detective, we'll figure it out. So near as I can tell, there are only 3 aftermarket parts on this engine. It's got a Hedman header, an LC Engineering recurved distributor, and dual Weber carburetors. The rest of this thing is stock. The carburetors are definitely loose. That's the vacuum leak right there. Everything is loose. I just unbolted it from the head, and I'm now taking it out of the truck. I never touched this hardware. There just weren't any nuts on it, so.
Ugh, dude.
Hey.
That is sludge mixed with...
Let's just call it condensation. I don't want to call it water.
It's a lot of condensation.
Look at that, dude. The chocolate milkshake. Guess what? We roadkilled the Yoda. Bad news is we forgot to push the button on the camera the whole time.
Oh, man.
There's no footage. This looks remarkably easy, right? I think the rocker stand bolts are the head bolts. So it's just disconnect the bolt here to get the timing chain gear off. And then I think rockers come off, cam comes out, and then, dude, the head comes off. I'm sure we can get that with a magnet after the head's off. Cylinder head is almost ready to come off, which is good because I just dropped the timing chain down into the crankcase.
Oh my goodness.
Dude. God, it looks like you're twisting it. Oh, dude. So you're pulling the lever, but it is no longer turning. Oh my God. Dude. Dude, I thought for sure this thing is gonna snap in half.
I'm surprised the damn socket ain't broke.
There we go, there we go. We got a ridge from like 200,000 miles.
It doesn't have a ridge at all. I could have broke one of these things, whatever that is.
I think that's the timing chain adjuster.
Man, it's finally an awesome day. I'm gonna roll this 350 outside and clean it up. Oh man, that was a bad idea. It is hot out there. And we now know that this thing turns over freely. Not that I expected that it wouldn't, but it's good to know that we haven't ruined yet another engine. This thing's pretty good. All right, more cleanup. Last thing I'm gonna do here is just wipe some clean motor oil on all the cylinders, get the last bit of grit out of them, lubricate the cylinder wall, get some oil on the rings. We're ready to move on. Whew, hot. Now it gets fun because we can start adding speed parts. So even before the episode started, I kind of rifled my big stack of camshafts. This cam actually was purchased for Engine Masters, I don't know, a little while ago, and it was supposed to go in our 383 and didn't. And so we're gonna use it, and I'll tell you what it is. But the key to being able to use it was me being able to find these used Comp Cams solid roller lifters. Remember, this thing has 11:1 compression or thereabouts. We'll figure that out later. Well, that means I can put a stout camshaft in it with solid roller. So here's what we got. This thing is duration at 50,000 tappet lift, 242, 248. The lift, 570, 576, and a lobe separation angle of 110. So man, it's gonna be stout. The other stuff that I got here, I found this package of ARP bolts, 2 cam bolts, so I'll have to dig up something else. This is something I had to buy, a cam button, and I started to come up with this timing chain right here. In fact, the gear's already on the engine, but then I found this Lunati set, and I suspect it's better, but I haven't even opened it yet. Oh, this is one of the adjustable cam timing ones. Yep, made in USA. That's what we're gonna be using right there. All right. This is awesome. I've already stabbed the camshaft, so let's hook it up and degree this thing.
Day 2, and the mini truck is partially stripped. We got the cylinder head off yesterday, and a bunch of the wiring and the plumbing disconnected. Found a few things we, thought were a little suspect, like half the bolts on the truck were loose. Today, though, we have to get the radiator out and the front accessories off the front of the motor to get the timing cover off so that we can change the timing set, which, like I said yesterday, I dropped the chain in there anyway, so we needed a way to get it out. So it's probably a good idea we're changing it. Let's go. Well, the mini truck is blown apart. We have the old cylinder head off. We've discovered some of the things that were wrong with the engine. Lots of sludge in there, but we have cleaned everything. This is LC's remanufactured cylinder head. This is called a stage 2 cylinder head. And what that means is it is ported both on the exhaust side and the intake side. It has oversized stainless steel valves. The intake and exhaust valves are a 0.5 millimeter bigger than stock. We have Pro dual valve springs, new retainers, and a camshaft that has over 30 degrees more duration on the intake side, about 20 on the exhaust. It has 60 thousandths more lift than the stock cam. This all adds up to a head that flows about 40 CFM more than stock, which is a ton in a small engine like this. We're gonna put that on top after installing an OSK timing set. This is better for a number of reasons. First off, the guides and chains tensioners are metal, unlike the plastic ones that tend to break. We have a new adjustable LC Engineering upper cam gear, so we could advance the cam timing if we want. New timing chain, all that's gonna go in next before the head. We're gonna keep the carb and intake setup that's already on here. These are aftermarket Weber carburetors. These are perfect for this build. We're going to install this brand new clutch kit and flywheel. And the last thing we're gonna do is gonna swap out our old Headman shorty header for this long tube style header. Hopefully this fits. If it doesn't, we'll modify it or something.
Well, here we go with a part of an engine build that I procrastinate on the most. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't do this at all, except for that you are watching. Yes, I am going to degree the camshaft. Here's a bit of awesome news. Remember my cam bolts, where there was only 2 of them? I rifled through my epic magic bolt box and actually found the other one, which is kind of hard to believe. That's not very roadkill. I've been fiddling for about 45 minutes with this tool, trying to make it work, and it's not gonna happen. I've been trying to get this magnetic base all aligned on here and get that stick to ride right on the top of the lifter right there. And it just doesn't work. I gotta tell you, my temptation was to give up and use the regular old timing chain to line up the dots, but instead, I'm gonna dulcich it out. And what that means is figuring out how to make this work with the junk I've got laying around. Here's what I made to solve the lifter measuring problem. Custom. So here's the solid roller lifter. Here's a socket that I had to grind with the bench grinder in order to perfectly stand up straight when it pulled up against this part of the lifter. And then I was able to hose clamp it in place. And then this is a testing push rod that's only about that long that I was able to slip in there, perfectly center it at the bottom in the cup and tape it around there so that it has no wiggle in it at all. Dialed. So here we go. Well, after a lot of agonizing, I finally finished degreeing the camshaft, and I did it the right way with the intake centerline method. It's in at 106.75, they call for 106. That is definitely close to good enough. Now, my next task is to adjust camshaft end play. Now, to do that, I've got to have a front cover on there for the cam button, so I went rifling through my stash and found these. So, which one will I use? Will it be this one? No, because chrome. Will it be this one? No, because filthy. Will it be this one? Yes, because trick. This one has been in my garage for roughly 20 years. We're finally gonna use it. Here we go. There's some of my gasket collection. I need a front cover gasket. There's a small block valve cover gasket. It's a big block timing gasket. Wait. That's it. Got it. I was starting to get concerned. All right, now we can move on and install that front cover and set the camshaft end play, but you do need the gasket in order to do that. Well, I went through all the fitment for the front cover and the cam end play, and I think I've got it just right, but then, in the middle of it, I broke the tail off this old gasket. I know, it boggles the mind, but I only had one small block Chevy timing chain cover gasket, and I broke it because it's really old and brittle. So we're actually gonna tape it back together using regular old household tape because it's nice and thin. Last night, I gave up after about 45 minutes trying to find a front cover seal. I may not have one, but I do have another storage unit. So we're gonna hop in my Dodge and go over there. Welcome to my 1999 Dodge 2500 4x4 that I custom ordered brand new with a V10 engine and a 5-speed, making it pretty unique. Basically, I just use it for parts running, towing, hauling engines, running over to my storage unit to find a seal, stuff like that. He enters with no front cover seal. Will he emerge with one? Let's find out. Boom! All kinds of stuff. I'm back, armed with more gaskets than expected, and importantly, the front seal. Just gonna go right there. All right, front cover is done. Moving on to the oil pan. The pan's all cleaned up. I found some fasteners after rifling through an old box over there, and I'm finally ready to install this. I can't wait. It's gonna be a short block, right now. Well, as soon as I install the bolts. More decision time, this time dampers. First of all, I found a brand new Milodon damper bolt, and if you think I'm faking this, explain the dust on this thing. It's been sitting around for 20 years. First of all, I've got the Professional Products Cheap Chinese damper. Second of all, I found an ATI super damper left over from my Bonneville car. And third of all, I've got the slightly less affordable but probably better Australian-made Pioneer damper right here with the timing marks on it. Now, if you chose the Pioneer damper, we got some kind of Vulcan mind melt going on because that's the one I'm gonna use.
Say hi to Newbert.
Hey, Dave.
Ooh, I see cylinder heads.
Oh yeah, I got plenty of heads. I'm a little bit behind schedule though.
Oh, me too. That's great.
It's perfect.
I've done nothing but clean and disassemble and acquaint myself with the mini truck. It's been nonstop, like oh, look, there's not a single nut holding the collector to the downpipe of the header. Or, hey, the carburetors were falling off, and that's why it had a vacuum leak. It's been amazing, let me tell you.
So it's roadkill, even though it's work from home roadkill. The thing that's been slowing me down like crazy is actually having to shoot everything on the phone by myself. Like all of these lights and everything that we've got going on, all of the tripods, and I'm basically working in the space of a one-car garage. And so, look, I have to set all that stuff up every time, shoot all the B-roll and everything, but at least there's my engine. It's got a front cover, it's got a cam, it's degreed, it's got a damper, it's got the oil pan. So I'm working on cylinder heads now. I'm gonna change valve springs and stuff.
A decision I made early on with this is kind of biting me, and it was the decision to leave the engine in the truck because we're about to install a new camshaft in this thing, and I'd like to degree it, but I have one of those giant comp cams degree wheels. I don't think it'll fit between the frame rails of the truck. This is why I decided to work on it in the truck, because it's so tiny.
Let me tell you what I swore was gonna happen, which was you guys were gonna be way ahead because you've got 2 guys working on it, and you were gonna call me and look at my engine and say, what, you don't have that thing running yet? But I think you got no room for that kind of statement at this point.
When I first saw the small block today, I thought, wow, he only got the timing cover put on it.
Perfect. All right, well, good luck to you guys. I guess we're gonna be doing some of the same stuff. At this point, I think it's a race. I'm gonna have heads on my junk tonight, and I've got twice as many of them.
Okay, so race is on then. We will give it our best shot.
Well, my engine test stand arrived today, and apparently it needs to be completely assembled, so that's gonna back me up a little bit. But I'm on track, so I guess we'll see you guys in a few days, and I hope I'm firing the thing up when I see you next.
All right, good luck.
They say timing is everything, and we're gonna attempt to the best of our ability here in the garage to get the timing between the crankshaft and the camshaft perfect. And the key to all of that, at least the first step, is to put the engine at top dead center on the #1 cylinder. Is it gonna clear the alternator? By a little bit, it looks like it will. We just found top dead center on the motor, used the degree wheel, the whole deal, so we know it's accurate, and about ready to start putting our new timing set in. It's got a hydraulic chain tensioner right here, and that bolts to the front of the block here, and when we removed it to install the new one, just sludge started coming out of the engine again.
Not everything has gone right. First off, we found sludge in the valve cover, and then we found sludge in the motor. And we were wondering why that was until we pulled the head off and saw the head gasket, and the head gasket was not happy. 2 of the head bolts didn't want to come out because they weren't happy. These go right between 2 exhaust ports. That's where the head gasket was blown. Who knows how many miles? These were getting superheated and the threads are wasted. Ordered head bolts, those won't be here for another day and a half, so we're kind of stuck there. Then we're like, we'll move on to something else. And it was at that moment we noticed there is not quite radiating the way it should be, probably because, I don't know, that shouldn't just fall out like that. Now we need a radiator. So I think today, when my kids aren't making a lot of noise upstairs, we'll put a clutch in. That's about all we can do at this point, and the clutch is gonna go, it's just gonna fall in. Like I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna go like that, it's gonna be fine, trust me.
So, as I stand here with a nice refreshing cola, eating my delectable peanut butter and olive burrito, I've been reflecting on the progress the last few days. So, I've been working on this for 4 days, on what is arguably a 1.5 to 2 day job, if you didn't have to be the cameraman and the gaffer and the production assistant and the director and all those other things. And so I've been thinking about what's going on with Finnegan and Newburn, and earlier, I really thought they were gonna be cranking on that Toyota and they were gonna be way ahead of me and making fun of me, but now I realize they have a lot to do. I'm actually thinking that I could beat them in the race to having a running engine. Now, I'm not gonna tell them that because I'm not that confident, but I am gonna buckle down and get this thing going. We're gonna get cylinder heads on this thing today. We're gonna measure up push rods and move on to the always glorious induction program. Let's go. I narrowed it down to 2 choices here. Both are aluminum heads. I had the Dart 215 intake runner as cast. I also had the Blueprint Engine's 210 CNC ported, and it's that porting that put me over the edge. These cylinder heads are left over from episodes of Engine Masters where they were on our 3D3 forever, but they've got some components on them that are a problem, namely the studs and the valve springs, so I'm gonna walk you through what we're gonna do to fix that. First thing I'm gonna do here is use my LSM valve spring compressor, which is expensive, but awesome. The springs that are on this thing were set up for a hydraulic roller cam, and honestly, they weren't even that good for that. And so they need to go. Next, I have to do my valve spring pressure, which is easy with this tool from Comp Cams. You just squeeze it in a vise and you measure from the underside of the retainer, and you have to have the retainer in there, and you measure the overall height of the spring. And my installed height is 1.8 inches, which is the installed height on the cylinder head. So I make sure that the underside of the retainer to the tool is 1.8, and I read my pressure, 250 pounds. Now, the next thing you do is squeeze it by the amount of lift. So if it's 500 lift, you squeeze it another 500 thousandths of an inch and read the pressure there. We don't know what my lift is gonna be yet, or at least you don't. It's coming up later. One of the things I had to buy for this project is the correct spring seats right here, and they fit perfectly into that inner spring right there. So I'm gonna drop that seat down here on the valve. Then I'm gonna take my height mic and drop it on there. And next up, I need to take and drop in the exact same retainer and keepers or locks. And once those are installed, you can start spinning your height mic down. And I'm gonna turn this around to where you can see the scale right there. You gotta take up all the clearance you can. And you can see that our height here is almost 1/900, and I'm shooting for 1.8. So what I'm gonna have to do is take some shims right here and put them underneath that valve seat in order to take up room and squeeze that thing down to a 1/800. And I have to do that and check and check and check with every single one of these. Now here comes the cylinder head for the first time, right there. We're ready to drop in a pair of lifters. This is just for mock-up. There we go. I got the lifter in, I've got the rocker arm studs threaded in, and now I can put in my checking length push rod. See how it's threadable so that I can make it the right length. We're rigged up for valve to piston clearance. I've got the intake valve at 10 degrees after top dead center, which is where the valve is closest to the piston. And you can see right now it's zeroed out. And if I push this down until the valve touches the piston, you can see that I've got 100 thousandths and right there, 165 thousandths at the very closest point. That is plenty. We're gonna have 600 thousandths lift. Boom!
Good news, we got a tap.
Yeah, this thing was hard to get. I've got 8 out of the 10 holes cleaned out already, and these are the 2 trouble holes right here. These were in between the exhaust ports, and I'm about to clean those out right now. Hopefully, we don't have any trouble. I can already feel the grit in there.
We are finally reinstalling the cylinder head and front timing chain and head gasket.
Can you reach over there?
Oh, I can't.
There it is.
Gears, chain, lift the head up to get the cover on, right?
I watched a video on how to do this because I don't know jack squat about them, but I've built a tool that's going to go in between this tensioner down here that's going to keep the chain from dropping down, and that will allow us to pull the cam gear off, let it sit right here in the head. We're going to pull the head up 1/4 of an inch, put the timing cover on, let the head drop back down, put the timing gear back on, and then move the spacer and pull out the tool, and you're good.
All right, I have spacer. I'll get spacer. Here's our piece of Teflon. You lift the head and the gasket, right? There we go. Okay. Gaskets are in, timing chain is in, timing cover is going on right now. And as soon as the cover is bolted snugly down, we'll pull the tool out and drop the head down. This feels like progress.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I feel good about it. Now we can start putting everything in.
All right.
I ran into another little problem here. Can you even see me? Ran into a little problem here. Our engine came from the factory with a mechanical fuel pump, and it had an eccentric driven off the snout of the camshaft. And that eccentric was sandwiched between the snout of the cam and the gear that turned the distributor. Our new adjustable cam gear, that eccentric won't fit back on there. And so I have to modify it to put it back on there to get the spacing right. We don't even need this eccentric because the truck came with an aftermarket electric fuel pump. But again, we need the stack up to be right for all those parts to fit together and drive our distributor properly. So I'm about to cut this thing into pieces and just turn it into basically a washer and take the eccentric part off using the death wheel. Note the multiple layers of protection because, you know, it's called a death wheel for a reason. Here we go. I'll grind that flat with the flap disc. I'll round this with a disc sander, and we'll be good to go.
That looked great, dude.
That's not bad, right?
Show the people at home how good that looks. Like, you did a really good job on that.
Well, thank you.
This is like the greatest tale of fortune in the history of Roadkill. You're not even gonna believe it. It's all about the valve train, and I was freaking out about this because I needed to find rocker arms, studs that would work, and push rods of the right length. And the thing is, you normally, on any engine build, need custom linked push rods unless everything is completely stock. And this actually worked. So the first problem that I had is that the new, thicker, better rocker arm studs that I have had too much thread on them. They bottomed out in the head and they wouldn't tighten up. Fortunately, I was able to find 16 hardened washers of the very same thickness to be able to go under them right there. Now, the dilemma that that brings about is that those washers are raising up that rocker arm stud so that it also raises the rocker arm and makes it less likely that I'm gonna find a push rod that'll work. So I got a 1:5 ratio rocker and I went in there with my adjustable length push rod and I found exactly what I needed. And then I made a giant discovery, a box of used 1.65-to-1 rocker arms. Unbelievable that I had that, unbelievable that I've got the valve to piston clearance for it, but then I went looking and I found push rods that were 8 inches long that ended up working perfectly with that and giving me a pattern on the end of the valve exactly like what I needed. So in the end, everything comes out hunky-dory. I know you guys don't even believe me that all this stuff's just sitting around and falling together like this, but trust me, it's been here forever and it is falling together into an engine. Now that I've figured out how to make all the magic happen, it's time to work. I'm gonna have to clean and torque in all of the pushrod guide plates and studs, aligning the rocker arms on the tips of the valves, and clean up all the rocker arms, install all the lifters, install all the push rods, and then lash all the valves. It's gonna be a while, but man, home stretch. I think the grueling work is over. I've got all of the valves lashed. This thing is a long block ready for the trick intake manifold and valve covers. That part's gonna be fun. Wait for it. But first, I want to pre-lube this thing and make sure it has oil pressure and that oil's getting up to the rocker arms. I'm gonna get electric drill on this thing. Here's a sobering thought. Why did I actually take this engine apart? I never really checked the bottom end. Is there something wrong with it that I don't remember? It's actually possible, because I hooked up the cordless drill and it got no oil pressure. Let's see what this Widowmaker can do. Officially concerned. I didn't hear it hit. Starting to get some here. Oh yeah, okay, we're gonna be good. Whew! Director Brad just called me and warned me that Finnegan and Newbern are going to be calling me for a video conference soon. Unfortunately, they have to give us warning on that because those guys have to like set up the video conference recording and all this stuff. But apparently they're having some kind of trouble with the truck. I don't know exactly what. So what I want to do is set it all up in here to make it look like I'm done. So I'm going to move all these movie lights out of the way, roll the engine over there, and mock it up with an intake and valve covers for the first time. Haha. Complete. Okay, I think that worked pretty good. I think those guys might believe me if I wipe that thing off. Hey guys, what's going on?
Oh, the usual, you know, parts that don't fit. Bought a truck with a blown head gasket again. Imagine that.
No.
Let me show you. Yeah, this is good. You'll like this. The first clue that we might have a problem was the sludge-filled valve cover. And then we pulled the head, and the head gasket was ungood right here.
Yep.
Yeah, there and there. So we ordered new head bolts, can't get those until Friday, so that slowed us down. Today, we were looking at some of the other parts we have, including this radiator. You know, the radiator looks not good, but it just keeps getting better when you realize you can remove entire sections of it and just throw it on the floor.
I've seen it all, and I have never seen that one before. That is awesome.
Yeah, she's custom. You know, it's a show truck. I don't know. Maybe we'll try to slam a clutch in this thing today because that's about all we can do.
Well, and meanwhile, boom.
Oh, man.
It's like done.
He's way ahead.
Well, no, there's no plug wires on it.
Yeah, there's no plug wires, distributors in timed. I don't have headers. I don't have a water pump. It needs a few adjustments here and there.
We have half the engine, twice the manpower, and yet he's still way ahead.
Remember, I still have to build an entire engine test stand and make that happen as well.
Yeah, we'll definitely catch you then. What's that going to take? 20 minutes? All right, well, good luck. Call us again, you know, when spark plug wire number 1 doesn't quite match number 2 in terms of length, and you got to go back and start over. And yeah, let us know that the struggle is real.
Yeah, you guys are having trouble. Sorry, not sorry. All right, see you later.
All right, good luck. See ya.
I think I fooled those guys. I could tell that they were looking at the engine in disappointment. They realized it was almost as average as like a Toyota mini truck. But I fooled them. And so right now is when I'm gonna go pick the actual intake manifold for this thing. And I have a lot to choose from. I'm gonna let you in on it. Check this out. Another wind intake, this one black. This combination actually looks pretty good. Matches the oil pan and the damper, the whole blackout treatment. It's a factory black Wind Super Warrior, factory black QFT carburetor. Kind of gauche to combine the wind intake manifold with the Edelbrock valve covers though. One of many reasons this has got to go. Now, let's move on with an actual Edelbrock intake manifold to match the Edelbrock valve covers and a Holley carburetor. This isn't bad, looking a little bit more racy, although these valve covers do not match at all. However, the Victor Jr. Edelbrock single plane intake manifold probably is the one that I would recommend for this general application, but we can get even racier. Now we're really looking racy. That is an Edelbrock Super Victor intake manifold, even taller, even gnarlier, even more racy, and looking good with the cast aluminum valve covers. But we got 2 problems here. First of all, Dart valve covers, Edelbrock intake manifold, and not Dart heads. A social faux pas, you can't do it. But also, unfortunately, the Super Victor intake is so big and this engine is so small that it's a mismatch. I've seen it lose power on the dyno. So we're not gonna be using that, but we can solve the Dart problem. And let's spice it up a little bit with a nice Holley silver and blue 750 double pumper. This is what's called a cool can. It's a high-rise dual plane air gap style. I'm not gonna use a dual plane for this. If I was, you would want to use one of those or an Edelbrock RPM. But we're not gonna. Next, here we go. The Holley Tri-Power. Man, that's cool. Unfortunately, we proved on the Engine Masters show that this thing is only capable of supporting about 450 horsepower. So I knew I wasn't gonna use it. I just wanted to show it to you because it's rad. 3 Holley 2-barrel carburetors on a dual plane intake manifold. You can buy this as a package from Holley. And it's rad, but it's not gonna fly. Here we go. This is the Holley Stealth Ram. Yes, EFI, I know it's unlike me. However, it's just like a tunnel ram with a plenum on top and a throttle valve. I really wanted to use this thing, genuinely, but unfortunately, there's no way I'm gonna get EFI to run tomorrow on an engine stand, maybe in the future, but let's go. The Stealth Ram reminds me of something else. Let's go. Oh, you guessed it, the Wind Vintage Tunnel Ram. Here we go. QFT Tunnel Ram carburetors. I can make this linkage work. These are two, I believe, 450 CFM 4 barrels, and they're meant specifically for tunnel ram applications. I don't like the silver finish, honestly, but it might be what we have to go with. But I can improve the look of the engine. Genuine, vintage, Moroso, stamped aluminum, blue anodized valve covers. That is mint. Red, white, and blue kind of, isn't it? Man, I'm just not sure that that's working with the carburetors and the red engine block. But wait, red Moroso valve covers. These are actually brand new and they're not aluminum, they're stamped steel, powder-coated red. You can buy them currently. And maybe a little bit of a clash on the engine block, I'm not sure. So there are my options, and I guess you're gonna have to find out what I decide to do here. I'm gonna have to pick some valve covers, and it's gonna be either the plain Holly silver ones, or the red Morosos, or the blue Morosos. And then the carburetors are gonna be either the gold ones or the silver ones, depending on what I can make work. Whew, that was a lot of work, but worth it.
Well, it's Friday. We've not gotten a lot done thus far, but we have head bolts. I left my house, which I haven't done much of in weeks, and I drove to a Toyota dealership and got factory OEM head bolts to replace our junk ones. And right now, we need to strip some parts off of our old cylinder head, bolt that stuff onto our ported LC Engineering head, and then put the intake on, hook up the exhaust, peel the rockers off this, clean those, peel the block-off plates off this, clean those, and then go back to the truck and start installing parts, because these head bolts get torqued down through the rocker stamps. And we've got to set valve lash and do all kinds of fun stuff.
We are now about to install our rocker shafts and then our head bolts. Like right now, we're on TDC on number 1, so we're on the base circle of the cam, so these aren't going to be actuated. But some of these other ones will be, and as we go to torque this down, it's going to probably be an issue for us.
All right.
All right, we are lubed.
Check it out. Brand new radiator. As you've seen earlier, the old one was falling apart, to say the least. So we got a brand new one from the parts store, and we're one step closer to making this thing run.
Before we finish the motor and fire it up, we need to set the valve lash because we have a totally different cam. So the adjusters on these adjustable rocker arms are totally backed out. We're looking for 7 thousandths of an inch lash on the intake and 11 thousandths on the exhaust. Lash is just a gap. It's a gap between the tip of the valve stem and the rocker arm. If there's no lash in there, when the engine is cold, it won't close and then stuff bends. The great thing about overhead cam motors is you can see the camshaft. So you set the lash when the rocker is on the base circle of the cam. So the valve is shut, the rocker's on the base circle, it's not trying to open the valve, that's when you set the lash. If you look at number 4 right now, although we're TDC on number 1, on cylinder number 4, that intake is starting to open. See that? So you can't move it. We can set number 1 intake and exhaust. We can set number 2 intake. Right now, we can set number 3 exhaust. This will go really fast, and then we'll just bar the motor over until the other ones are on the base circle and be good to go. I'm unfamiliar with all of this, but our carburetors were essentially not sealed to the base of the intake manifold, and because of that, there was a vacuum leak, which made it idle funny.
It's either like about to die or it's at 1500 RPM. So we're gonna fix that. All right, here we go.
We're getting to the end. This is exciting. I love putting shiny parts on crappy old cars. Put it on TDC on number 1, stab the distributor, put the valve cover on, hook up radiator hose, fluids, install the header.
Fire it up.
Break it in.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, check it out. We are officially tunnel rammed. Finally, we are down to it. It's carburetor time. This thing's gonna look like a complete engine. Magic fitting box may have been beaten unless these are it. Moment of truth. Whoa, Did I actually get this right? Let's go with it. I'm gonna tighten those up, call it a day. Dude, the Magic Ignition box delivered. This is an MSD digital E-curve distributor. It doesn't require a box, it's super easy to wire. It's just got ignition, ground, and power. That's it. That's a good find. Distributor handled. As I continue my quest to avoid getting headers out of the loft, I'm gonna install the water pump with hardware from the Magic Allen bolt bag. Bet you didn't see that one coming. This Mazir electric water pump actually was on our Bonneville race car. This pump got me into the 200-mile-an-hour club at 243.015 miles an hour at the Bonneville Salt Flats. And now it's going on this clapped out 350. The time has come. Here we go, up into the loft. I was fully dreading this, but I think I know I have some headers up here. You're gonna watch me plummet to my death is what's gonna happen here. Sandals are the right tool for this job, by the way. You may ask yourself, Freiburger, why are you keeping this rusty disaster of a header? Well, hear all the rust falling out of it? This is in fact my Bonneville race header, same one I set the record at 243 with. As a matter of fact, my buddy Keith Turk was asking me where these are the other day, and I said I didn't know. Now I know. Cool. And with the headers installed, with bolts discovered from the Magic Bolt Box, I might add, unbelievable. Man, I've been waiting for this moment for a long time.
So we had to break the cam in for about 20 minutes, and we're gonna use regular old motor oil with 1 bottle of Lucas Oil Products TB Zinc. This is gonna add a whole bunch of zinc to our motor oil to protect the rocker arms and the lobes of the camshafts during the break-in process. That means that valve cover can go on.
It's like a brand new truck.
Dude, it looks great.
So right now I'm gonna take the exhaust that was on the truck with our mid-length header, take it loose because it's in the way because we have an awesome new long tube header. Fire this baby up.
Like television magic. I'd help you, but I'm holding a camera right now.
No worries.
Oh man, here we go.
It didn't work too good, I guess probably because it really wasn't hooked up to anything.
Yeah, it'd probably help.
Ooh.
Look how cute.
Oh, dude, it's coated.
It's nice. I mean, for what it is, it's really nice.
Dude, it's really nice. Look at this, TIG welded.
Yeah. Look how thick the flange is.
Yeah. Does it hang down below the frame
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
of our airbagged mini truck? That's the question.
Oh, no. Barely touching the frame rail.
After we already smashed the tube, it's still touching.
So if we had a normal truck, we wouldn't have to do this. This truck has been modified, and an extra brace is in the chassis for the airbag, and that's what the header is hitting right now.
If the truck was stock, the header would fit perfect, but mini truck.
That's it. The COVID 350 is as done as it's gonna get. 2 450 carburetors, Wyand tunnel ram, Blueprint 210 heads, 242, 248 solid roller cam, 11-to-1 compression, but only 355 cubic inches. Everybody's been asking, what kind of power does it make? Well, I polled my Engine Masters co-hosts. Independently, I asked Steve Dulcich, Steve Brule, and myself to guess what kind of power it was gonna make. Every one of us picked either 6,500 or 6,600 RPM as the peak power point. Dulcich guessed 475 horsepower, Brule said 485, and I said 490. And we're pretty good at this, so that's probably in the neighborhood. But will it run at all? Well, that's the big question. I gotta run outside and build an engine test stand, hang it on there, and get this thing going either before or concurrently with Dave and Mike making their Toyota run.
Not the first fire up, we're just gonna prime the motor right now. We're getting close to starting it.
You want to check for fuel leaks?
I don't see any. Crank her over. All right, if you get it started right away,
then shut it off. We'll put it on the ground. We'll back it out of the garage, and we'll break the cam in outside. All right, it's gonna run.
Wow.
It fired right up. We got the timing really close. So let's get it on the ground and go outside.
Do the honor.
Fired it up. It's awesome because it just lit right off. Timing's where we need it, but it's popping out of the exhaust, and it sounds like raw fuel exploding the exhaust. So we're gonna pop the valve cover off and make sure we don't have a loose rocker arm there. These screws on the front carb didn't do anything. The back ones, if you screw them in, the engine slows down. But the popping went away. Yeah, there it goes, right?
Okay, I admit it. I almost forgot about you, the audience, and I didn't shoot the whole process of getting this engine out here on the stand. That's what happens when you leave the host to be the director. They completely flub. But here's the whole backstory. So this thing showed up, and I had said that I was not gonna wire it until the engine showed up. But the problem is, I figured out that the bell housing and starter that I had was from an old truck deal, and the starter was completely dead, and so I had to order the bell housing flywheel and starter, because today is the day when the expectation is that I will fire this thing up live for Mike Finnegan and Dave Newbern. Okay, ready to find out if it cranks? Yes! All right. Getting close. Maybe if I can push it back and then drop it. There we go. And off that side. And off that side. Boom. It's a roller. You know what this means? Time to call Finnegan. Ooh, but wait! There's one more thing. Ta-da! Those are legit. And there you have the COVID 350. Now we're ready to make this thing run.
What do you think?
I feel 16.
He looks 16, riding around in a mini truck. So this is our first test drive. We have completely rebuilt the top end of this engine with performance in mind. We did not install the clutch and flywheel because, well, we're out of time. So, same clutch, more power. It runs okay. It's not bad, it's smooth. Yeehaw! Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, baby, there we go.
Dudes, how'd it go?
We got roadkill.
Really?
Yeah, the parts were great. The stock motor, not so great. Blown head gasket, head bolts that didn't want to come out. It was a mess. And ultimately, we did rebuild the top end of our motor before you did the top end of your motor, and we went out and did a burnout in it, and then immediately after the burnout, which ripped, by the way, it started misfiring and running poorly. And so, although it runs, it's unhappy.
I see. Okay, well, you had twice as many people and half as many cylinder heads, so I don't feel that bad. You ready to see what I made happen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you saw this engine when I first put it together, and it was nothing like this.
Oh, hey now.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that was a short block when we saw it.
It had a single 4-barrel back then. It did not have tunnel ram, velocity stacks, Moroso valve covers, all the swanky stuff.
Wow. He tricked us. Dude, I like it a lot. I do. You want to see ours?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Of course, what I'm thinking is we need to put this engine in your truck. It'll probably be a lot better.
Yes. The tunnel ram would look great through the hood of this.
So there it is. Side draft carburetors. Wire harness sitting on the tire. You don't get that anywhere else. That was the wire harness sitting on the tire. I see that. Because mini truck. It might start. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
How'd you like them 4 cylinders of fury?
All right, and it does burnouts?
Oh, it does wicked
Oh,
burnouts now.
Oh, I'll
Yeah.
have to wait for the episode to see that, I guess.
Yeah, the one wheel peel is on point, my friend.
All right.
You'd love it.
Ready to see it run?
Kind of nice. Yes, you have redeemed yourself. So whenever you're ready, just go ahead. Fire it, please.
Here we go. Squirting gas.
Sounds like he's drowning a cat. I've never seen someone so happy to drown a cat before. I bet it was awesome. The internet audio was really bad.
I can tell.
Really bad. Yeah, I can tell it.
Yeah, internet audio is probably terrible, but it runs good. I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, dude, I like it a lot.
So we were both completely victorious in different ways. It just took me much longer.
So I'm not gonna lie, I was really disappointed when I seen the single 4-barrel on there.
Mhm.
I was like, all those cool intakes and stuff he has, I was like, come on, you can do better than that. That makes me happy right there.
I figured.
So whenever you're ready, just ship that thing on over to Georgia, and we'll find a home for it.
All right, later.
Later.
And there it goes, the second episode of Roadkill produced during the pandemic, and the first one that was shot and recorded by the hosts themselves. You may have noticed that I mentioned I would give my engine to Finnegan for his mini truck, and as much as I would like to save him from himself and those one-wheel peels with 4-banger power, I do have plans for the COVID 350. You'll see it on Engine Masters, and we will probably be installing it in my 56 Chevy in an episode of Roadkill Garage. As for the Toyota, well, I'm pretty sure Finnegan can do better once we finally get back to blasting the streets, the highways, and the junkyards on future episodes of Roadkill.
So we're getting, oh, hold on.
Hold on.
We gotta clap.
We gotta clap.
Ready? Okay.
Do we both have to clap or just you?
I don't know. The camera's going crazy.
Hear my cat yelling outside?
Stupid cat. All right, removing the timing cover, day 2.
So all I really need to do here is clean it up, including getting the dead roaches out of it. This time on Roadkill, who is that masked man? It is Steve Dulcich social distancing on the $2,500 4x4 showdown.
Chevy versus Dodge. Wild fun in the California sun, baby.
Oh, that was pretty good, Dulcich.
Man, the Durango is just the ultimate off-road SUV, Freiburger.
So let me color in the background of what's going on here. It is pandemic time. So we knew that we needed to socially distance for the whole episode. We knew that we had to have 2 separate vehicles. We're not allowed to eat in restaurants. We're not allowed to be in hotels. So we decided to go on a major camping trip. So we're gonna be camping the whole time. But what that spun into is the $2,500 4x4 showdown. You see, Dulcich is always crowing about how the Durango is the greatest SUV known to man.
Oh, it is. It has everything. But you upsized me, Freiburger. What's up with that?
Well, I know. I started to get intimidated by how the Durango will take a 32-inch tire and all of your talk about your 345 pound-feet of torque from your 5.9 V8. And it really got under my skin. So I was like, man, I need to outdo the Dulcich. How can I do it? The big block Suburban with 385 pound-feet and 230 horsepower Dulcich. Boom!
96 cubic inches on me now. I don't know if it's a fair fight, but I have faith in the old Durango.
But you know what? When you want acreage, you get a Suburban.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
So we're gonna hit the road, do a little bit of challenges between these two 4x4s, mostly on dirt, so we're gonna get filthy, and we're gonna mask up like El Bandito.
Oh yeah, I like it.
Look, he wore lace-up sneakers this time instead of the slip-ons because he knows that the Suburban will blow him out of his sneakers.
No way.
That way. We're gonna be camping. This is gonna be fun. The Suburban would never normally be my choice for like real off-roading, rock crawling, mud, sand, anything like that. But I knew we were just gonna be camping here and taking mild roads, sand washes, rocky hill climbs, stuff like that. And the thing I've always said about the Suburban, it's the ultimate all-around vehicle. You can live in it if you have to.
I am the Durango man. Woohoo! I love these Durangos. Well, look, I put a lot of miles on a Durango. I know a lot about them. As a matter of fact, you could say I've been to the moon and back twice in Durangos because, you know, it's a vehicle. I've always had one in rotation since 2003, actually. No, the rocks provide no obstacle to a Durango. Whoa!
Oh, he got his wheel way off the ground. That was pretty good.
That was a big hole, the Durango. But I've just reached trail's end here.
Backing up.
Freiburger's gonna turn around. He's taking point. Let's see how he does up that hill. Oh, not bad. Handled it very nicely.
I've never had a four-wheel drive Suburban. My Tahoe is 4x4. I don't like the independent front suspension. But what makes it the absolute ultimate is barn doors in the back. I will have to educate you about why they are radically superior to the tailgate.
Now, this car has independent front suspension on the four-wheel drive system, which Freiburger kind of scoffs at. He's a solid axle man, but you know what? Worked pretty nice at smoothing off-road terrain.
There's a railroad right nearby us. When the railroad police came by, they're like, do not drive next to the tracks. Because if the train hit the Suburban, the train would get hurt. Here's the railroad tracks, where I should probably turn around. I'll let you lean back.
Copy that. Oh, did I just take the wrong turn again?
He took the wrong turn again, and I will snake him again. Woohoo! Ha ha! That was a fun one.
Oh man, he's got me completely dusted. I can't see a thing.
I feel COVID responsible doing what we're doing. Staying well away from each other. Flattening the curve. Making our way the only way they know how. That's just a little bit more than the law will allow. Straightening the curves, flatten the hills, going COVID camping, because no one else ever will. Whee! I don't know why water crossings are fun, but they are.
Oh man, that Durango suspension with the torsion bars, I forgot to mention. Torsion bar front end, that is just like a traditional low-bar muscle car.
I'm outrunning Dulcich now. Woohoo! Well, that was some fun action, but we are not even warmed up. Our little adventure here is gonna have some great exploring, but also a little bit of competition. We're about to get into that, so I thought I should show you my weapon. This is a 1994 Chevy Suburban 3/4 ton 4x4. It's got independent front suspension. Overall, this isn't an awesome 4x4, but it is an amazing vehicle. First of all, the beef. I've got a 454 big block. Disregard the fact that it only makes 230 horsepower. I've also got a 4L80 4-speed overdrive trans, a 14-bolt rear end. You can live in it. You can tow with it. It also has wheelbase for fun, for sliding around. I think it's got a pretty good chance against the Durango. Honestly, I bought it because I'm gonna be way more comfortable than Dulcich in this entire trip.
I am super looking forward to the competition phase of our little adventure. Why? Because of this. I've got one of my favorite 4x4 vehicles here, and it's a 1999 Durango. Now, this is a first-generation Durango, and they are dirt cheap, but super good. And the beauty is 5.9 Magnum. That's basically a small block Mopar, heavy-duty 46 RE transmission, 9 1/4 rear end with limited slip. Power, nimbleness, performance, I think David's in trouble.
This is gonna be the sand wash challenge. Kind of some thick granular sand here, and we're gonna have to do a big S-turn, and at the end of it, a U-turn and come back this way.
I'm really hoping to just get the jump on Freiburger and get up to that first turn far enough ahead where it narrows up, he'll never have another chance to pass me.
Haha, he's gonna honk his horn. Ooh, we're pretty tight out of the hole. Look at that. Oh, as the Durango pulls way ahead. Oh, he's gonna smoke me. Ah, Durango is the clear winner on that deal. Woo! Oh, I just lost bad. There's nothing I can do with this. Oh, and the Suburban is gonna show its main weakness, which is the 3-point turn. This thing is too big.
It's over, man, I got him. Woohoo! Oh, where is he? I don't even see him. Woo! The Durangus! The Durangus! Yeah! Woohoo! Oh, that was fantastic. Oh, dude! Man, I kind of hole-shotted you, but once I got to the narrows and I had a car length on you, that was all over. Because...
Oh, no, we were tight right out of the hole, right next to each other. But yeah, you definitely pulled away. And then at the big end, the Suburban completely showed the fatal flaw.
The wheelbase.
Exactly. 3-point turn just killed it.
Oh, the Durango's super nimble because it has an extraordinary tight turning angle. And even that, it just barely made it because, you know, it crabs over when you're in soft sand.
It looked like a trophy truck just pulling away from me. Oh, yeah, it's pretty impressive.
The Durangus.
Were you in low range or high?
Oh, I was in low range.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, because you're not going to go over 50 on this.
Oh, I was in high for wheel speed.
I just gave away my trade secrets.
Yeah. I'm going to go low range. Let's go again. That was fun.
That was fun.
I was literally questioning myself on whether I should do low range or high range, because in sand, you actually want some wheel speed. But the problem is, this thing doesn't have the power to have wheel speed, and it has too much weight for its power. Do-over. Do I stand a chance?
3, 2, 1.
Oh, I'm killing him this time. Look at that. Oh, in low range, the Suburban is unstoppable. Look at this. Yeah. Oh, he shouldn't have given away his secrets. Woohoo! Aha! The 454 dominates. But now comes the 3-point turn that's gonna kill me. Oh no, wait, I may have gotten it. Oh, he's trying to come on the inside, but he is denied as the Suburban goes on the return run with lots of wheel hop and understeer and brush scratches.
I can't see the road. Oh, I'm dusted out, it's over. Oh, Freiburger killed me on that one.
Yes! Woohoo! As the Suburban takes pole position. Yeah! Woo! I actually feel great about that. I thought I had no shot.
Well, he won one and I won one, so you know what that means.
Now's where I have to play some like social strategy, because if I let Dulcich win this without letting him know that I let him win, then he'll be in a great mood and we'll have a really fun time the rest of the day. If I beat him, then he's gonna be crushed that the Durango isn't everything that he thought it was. So I have to decide, will I or will I won't let him win?
3, 2, 1.
Oh, I wheel hopped that time, but I still got out ahead of him. Oh yeah, he's done. He has no chance. Now I gotta just make sure that I can get that turn down there and don't let him hit me. Yeah, this is where I gotta go really wide and not let him get to the inside of me. Aha! The Suburban continues to dominate. Oh, man. And I thought the Durango was like a trophy truck. The Suburban is just Baja winning. Woo!
Can't see the track, lost the course. Oh well, it was a pretty good race, but Freiburger hole-shotted me, and that was decided on the starting line. That was pretty fun anyway.
Handled! He's gonna be so depressed.
Okay, Freiburger, I've got to hand it to you. You won fair and square.
That was pretty good.
I mean, it was won or lost on the hole shot, and you just got that car length on me, and man,
Yep.
It was all over.
Is it steaming though?
Oh yeah, it is.
This is not good. Uh-oh.
Yeah, running in the sand does create a lot of heat. I think it's just some oil burning off.
I did find a oil leak on this thing. It has an oil cooler on it, which I'm sure the Durango lacks. And unfortunately, the adapter is leaking a bit. That might be the smoke. We're good. I would say round one victory clearly goes to the Suburban.
It was a split decision. You know, I got the first race, and the second one, I have to admit, you dominated on.
Round one decision clearly goes to the Suburban.
You won. You won fair and square. I mean, I concede.
So let's have some adventure, and then we'll go find something else to do.
Okay, sounds like a lot of fun.
After thrashing like that, it's always curious to like drive your 4x4 again and feel out everything that could have gone wrong during your endless destruction.
I'm still feeling pretty happy.
Yeah, doing 70 on dirt roads is fun. Pretty good. Ooh, pavement. Now we're outside of Mojave, California. We're headed to Bonanza Gulch, where there was a whole bunch of mining at the turn of the century. We're gonna see some super cool ghost towny kind of stuff and hopefully do some more killer four-wheeling.
How are the whoopie-doos treating you, Steve?
Man, the Durango just handles them like they're not even there.
I find that hard to believe.
Oh man, this is gonna be great. So what we've got here are pumice mines. I think these were active from the 30s all the way through the 50s, and it's pumice just like you would get for hand soap.
I didn't know they mined it out of the ground.
Yep, it's pretty crazy. Look how deep it goes too. Wow, this is so cool.
Wow.
This is like full Scooby-Doo evil guy in a rubber mask cave. Whoa, Dolchek! He almost bit the dust. Whoa. You'll never see us again.
It's nice knowing you, Freiburger.
Don't you feel full Scooby-Doo?
Look at you. Yeah, you're a villain.
Either that or like, you know, a 40s bandito.
Oh, yeah, hiding out in the cave?
Yeah. We're off.
Yeah.
Okay, Steve, we're out of the pumice mine, and next up I'm going to show you some cool old cabins left behind from, like, holdout 50s miners.
Ooh, I like ruins.
Are you eating my dust?
Yeah, I'm totally eating
Your dust, that's why I'm hanging back so I can see the road.
Wow, there's a major cliff to my left. You do not want to be me when the Suburban falls off that cliff.
Whoa. I'm on the edge of an absolutely enormous precipice. That's probably a 300-foot drop.
You know, I have some rules for off-roading, and I admit they've softened in my old age because they used to involve no roof, no doors, straight up Jeep. But now the rules are have to have the window down and no music. You cannot be driving through the desert blasting music. You gotta be one with nature. So those are the current Freiburger rules. Well, sandals. Sandals is another rule. Shorts, t-shirt. Yeah. Window down, no music. So these are miners' cabins like from the diehards who were here in the 50s.
Wow.
Yeah, the rule here is just leave it cleaner and better assembled than you found it, and anybody can come use it for however long.
Wow. Even us.
Yeah. Let's find out how it looks. I haven't been here in a while. Rats!
No.
I'm sure there are.
Yeah.
Oh, tent!
That's actually not that bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good. They've got some reading material. People just come through and they leave stuff and, you know, make it kind of kitschy, and you can use it.
Oh, wow. Actually, it comes with a fully stocked bar if you want to take a chance.
This roof is roadkill. Look at that.
Wow, I know.
Love it. Oh, the bathroom's here.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
I got the outhouse.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to live here?
No,
Really?
no,
How is this different from home?
not much. What's the temperature gauge say?
That's called a thermometer these days, and it claims that it's about 102.
It's a mild afternoon for this area.
It's chilly. All right, next one. There's another one right down there. You can see it.
Oh, you want to go check that one out?
Yeah, I guess blow by. This is another one of those cool little cabins, but this one, I've been inside it, is trashed. But I'm staying in my Suburban anyway, so I figure I don't want to hog the good cabins for other campers, and so I figure we can just stay here in this nice wind-proof box canyon and enjoy the view.
I'll tell you one thing, the barn doors have pretty much every advantage, except I pretty much have a built-in awning here.
No, this is a perfect time to air out this particular conversation. If you get the Suburban and it's got the tailgate, and then when you get inside to camp, you can't pull the tailgate up and then pull the lift glass down. It's horrible. And if you want to stow an engine in the back of your Suburban, you have that big old tailgate in the way of the cherry picker rolling far enough in. Also, try this with a tailgate, right? Because your lift gate would be in the way. You could not greet the Southwest with open arms and a cold beer.
That looks really welcoming.
Ta-da!
Dude, my whole experience last night sleeping was completely deflated because I had a hole in my air mattress.
Oh, man.
I was like sleeping on a pile of bricks in that stupid Durango.
I was comfy like home.
Well, I wasn't.
I got one good place to show you, and then we need to get some more vehicular challenges.
Oh, yeah, I need to take you out, buddy.
I can see a couple of cabins now where Burrow Schmidt used to live. It's going to be pretty interesting. Dulcich, are you ready to have your mind blown?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. What do you have?
That would be the former home of Burrow Schmidt. And
You know the guy's pretty good if his name is Burrow. I was thinking you're simply David, but would you rather be called Burrow Freiburger?
only a few individualistic people could be tagged with the name Burrow. We have arrived. This is Burrow Schmidt Tunnel.
I like that first name, Burrow.
This guy was a whack job.
Man, it's pretty tight in here. I like stooped over. Man, look at all this rock you had to tunnel through.
He was a miner and he didn't want to take all his ore down like some jagged cliff. And so he's like, I'm just gonna build a tunnel right through the whole mountain. So he starts doing this in like 1900 or 1902. 20 years later, somebody's actually built a road.
Oh, no.
But he's like, you know what? I need to finish this anyway. So he keeps hacking at it and he finishes it between like 1938 and 1940. It's half a mile all the way through and out to the other side that he hacked it all pretty much by himself with a pick and the little dynamite.
Seriously, Freiburger, I really don't like the way this is getting smaller and smaller.
So this is like a T right at the end of the tunnel. Dude starts digging this way, realizes it's wrong, has to turn around and come back and go this way. How many years do you think he was digging this hole before it struck him that he was like, this might not be good?
That's 180 degrees out. That's like putting your distributor in backwards.
Yeah, we could have been digging this tunnel. We would have never made that mistake.
No.
Oh, look, you can see light at the end of the tunnel.
Ah. Well, of course he made this tunnel. Look, it leads straight to a cliff with no way out. How does that work?
Well, see, that's the convenience of the whole thing, is that by the time he was done, he sold the thing and left, never used it once.
I can see why.
Crackpot. All right, this is the other side of the mountain. You ready to go back?
Yeah.
Time well spent. Enough of this looky-loo sightseeing, Steve. We got to get back to the bloodthirsty joust.
So I'm ready for it.
I think we need to do that little hill climb right there, which would be cake in an actual 4x4, but for these like mall-crawling SUVs, not so sure.
I think I want to watch you first.
The challenge, if I have chosen to accept it, and I have, is to take one Suburban and insert it into the mouth of that cave up that hill. Ready?
This is going to come down to conservation of momentum, because that is one heavy truck and it doesn't even have a functioning limited slip. He has good tires. If he gets the speed just right, I'm pretty sure he's going to make it over the top. Freiburger, do you feel confident?
It's not going to be elegant.
I think it'll be good. Just don't overdo it.
Okay.
Don't go too hot.
Got it.
Okay, you ready?
Sure.
Go! That was a slow start. He's gonna fail. He's gonna fail.
Ah! Choke.
Try it again, Freiburger.
Wow, I knocked the muffler off.
Ready? And go! That's sounding better. Oh, yeah.
The Durangus should be able to handle that with a little bit more grace.
I don't know, you gained a few horsepower with that muffler trick that you pulled. Sounds good. Okay, I'm gonna try it next.
Okay.
My tires are pretty bald, so traction-wise, I may be at a disadvantage, but everywhere else, I think I've got the edge, so should be no problem.
Send it, Dolchek. Oh, he lifts just at the wrong moment. Ah. Okay, so he gave it the full dosage with way too much throttle down here and then lifted at exactly the wrong time. And right now he's freaking out, backing up, but fortunately he did keep the wheel straight and kept the thing with the rubber side down. I was like Brian Loans with the commentary, Dolchek.
Really? I mean, I had it, but then I cut out of it just a millisecond too soon.
A millisecond.
A millisecond, yeah. Can I try it again?
Oh, of course. All right, go. Second time's the charm. Way too much throttle here. And he lifts. But he did it. As much as I'd like to call that a draw, essentially the Durango wins. It's way more competent for stuff like this. This place really looked like a dry lake bed from a distance, but I think it's gypsum mining, maybe?
Yeah, it looks like some kind of evaporation ponds, but I'm not sure what material it is.
It looks a lot actually like Soda Dry Lake out by Baker.
I feel okay about challenging you to a tug-of-war over in that flat dirt spot to our left. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, let's go over there.
I'll meet you there, and it'll be the duel of your life, buddy.
Next up, tug-of-war. So it turns out that the shift mechanism for my transfer case is kind of jacked up and it won't go into low range. So this is gonna be a high range 4x4 tug-of-war.
Freiburger, would you at least concede the durability advantage of the Durango?
I would see that I have no choice at this point, considering my linkage and my muffler is now, you know, defective.
Are we equal length now?
I'm just gonna be dragging you across the field, so it doesn't matter a bunch to me.
Might.
All right, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, they're actually gonna self-adjust.
Yeah, okay. Prepare for defeat.
I don't know, yeah. You got all that weight advantage. According to my thermometer, it's 126.
For this, I'm going window up, because it's gonna get dusty. All right, Dulcich, are we just gonna ease into tension here? Okay, Steve, do I gotcha?
I think so. I'm not moving. Go ahead and honk your horn and let's do this.
I'm a freaking tractor, buddy!
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's turned into a torque converter test!
That is gonna blow up some converters. Got him.
Oh! Oh!
Well, that was weak. Without low range, I couldn't pull them. We were both right at our torque converter stall speed, and when you just hold it wide open like that without moving, you'll cook transmissions like that.
Yeah.
And then when I just held the brakes, he just dug holes. So that was equal lameness. Let's move on. We got to recover ourselves. How about drag race?
I think I'm probably gonna walk you, bro.
Yeah, I think that's the only way we can redeem ourselves from that super lame tug-of-war.
That's the worst tug of war ever, dude.
The finish line is that sign up there.
Okay, we go on 1. 3, 2, 1.
Uh-oh. Oh, I'm getting shamed. Oh, I'm fully shamed. Ah.
You won! Yeah, well, I'm in a Durango after all.
Yes, I would say that the weight per cubic inch rule was just proven. Smaller cubic inches on you, but far less weight on you wins. Okay, ready to go find a spot to camp?
Oh, yeah. I'm starved.
All right, Steve, cheers.
Okay, bro. That's as good as a bro shake.
It was kind of a weak day of four-wheeling, but
I'm very proud of my Durango.
well, that's what I wanted to do. As I got the cardboard, I got the pen. We got to score this thing. What was the first competition? Was sand wash?
Yeah.
Suburban. Second competition, the naming convention. Durango's the far better nameplate. Oh, bumpers. The Suburban wins for chrome. The Durango, not good.
No question.
Yeah. Now, in general, like whoop-de-doo action and driving just fast on the trail.
Yeah, the Durango's a faster trail runner.
Hill climb, I gave it to the Durango because, I mean, let's be honest, with the shorter wheelbase and the limited slip and the better power to the ground, it's better than Suburban. After that, we had the impromptu donut contest. I had to give that one to the Durango.
Durango wins again.
This is starting to look bad because after that was the drag race. That one went to the Durango. For actual sleeping in the vehicle, Suburban.
Oh, yeah. Interior motel space.
Yeah.
Suburban.
Suburban. So out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 categories so far, the Durango has taken 5. It's kind of a weak list, really.
What if we make another category for mechanical resiliency?
You
I
mean
mean,
the
the
muffler?
muffler. Yeah. And the transfer case issues.
I have to have a breakage category now?
Well, I think so, because, you know, if you're just dropping parts like that, I mean, the Durango's taking all the punishment with nothing going wrong.
Okay, for breakage, Durango wins. Oh, I forgot to include tug-of-war. That's pretty much a demerit for both of them. I'm gonna mark that we both lost that one.
Yeah.
Super lame.
Yeah.
But for $2,500 each, look at all the fun we've had and all the places that we've gone.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess we need to shut off the camera so we can drink another 30 beers and eat some jerky and smoke some cigars and see you in the morning. You know, the Suburban has proven really good for camping. What I'm gonna do here is make the famed manifold burrito. So I got myself some tortillas. I got some baked beans with bacon right here. Just make that burrito, fold. Once it's made, we'll walk over to our engine. All right, now's when our big block comes in handy. We're gonna take our burritos and just stuff them here all over the manifold. The advantage here to EFI is that your burrito ends up tasting just a little bit less like gasoline than it normally does when you do this with a carbureted engine. There you go. Now we're cooking. All right, Steve, I need you to pull a rabbit out of a hat and turn this into a spectacular showdown of some incredibly capable 4x4s that will blow the audience's mind.
I think we may have the wrong vehicles for that, actually.
Really?
But if there's any redemption in any of this, it's gonna have to be the obstacle course of doom.
Okay, so let's find obstacle course of doom, the OCOD,
Uh-huh.
and here's what I'm gonna lay down for you.
Okay.
All or nothing.
Are you talking about a fight to the death?
No, I don't want to kill the vehicles.
Yeah.
I just want to win.
I know you do.
I want to throw out last night's scoring and go all or nothing on the final competition.
You're doubling down on the Suburban.
Sudden death.
Well, let's just make it interesting.
What?
How about we do it for pinks? I'm getting kind of fond of your vehicle.
See what I mean?
I've already got a Durango, but I want your Suburban.
Okay, tell you what then.
And I'm taking it away from you.
We will go for pinks, but
Yeah?
I'm going to crawl under and have a look at my transfer case linkage, because if we're going to go all out, I need low range.
Okay.
You're actually making me have to wrench on this thing and lie on the ground and all that other kind of stuff. But
I'll super appreciate you doing that when it becomes mine.
we're going for pinks. Okay. Did that on all the tires just so it doesn't run me over as much. Just so you know, I'm going under, okay?
I'm on the brake and I've got the safety brake on, so you're fine.
Remember yesterday I was hill climbing and all of a sudden the exhaust was louder? Well, here's why. The muffler got hit by a rock, got pushed back, and just this band clamp came apart. It's no big deal. You can fix it easily. Will I? No, because maybe it'll make another 1/4 horsepower, and it sounds cool.
Basically, it's not synchronized with the gate here.
Right now you're in 4 high, right?
Right.
So put it all the way in low range.
Now I'm moving it towards low, so you need more.
More action that direction.
Yeah.
This transfer case linkage right here, I need to get that rod adjusted. I just have to be able to get it out of this bushing right here. It's now blowing dirt all in my eyes. Wow, it does not want to come out, and I'm really worried about getting it back in.
Is there any other adjustment point besides that rod?
No, it's one rod. There's just no good angle to pry this out of here. I don't know why it's not coming out. I feel like I gotta be missing something about how this comes apart.
Well, I've taken those apart quite a bit. They just pop out.
It's incredibly simple and yet won't come apart.
Okay, so you're trying to take it off at the transfer case end?
No, I was trying to take it off at the shifter end. This is the great thing about having the buddy system, because I just got frustrated working with this, and so Steve's gonna give it a shot. All we're dealing with here is a lever with a rod that attaches to it and comes back to another lever so that they go like that and shift. The problem is that that rod, for some reason, needs to be longer because the bushings that hold it are all worn out, so that when you go all the way to low range, it's not pushing the transfer case all the way in. So we need to pop it out, lengthen the rod, put it back together, and I can't figure out how to get it apart. But Dulcich will, because he is the Dulcich.
Well, here we go. I managed to get this out of the rubber bushing. We're going to try to resynchronize that so we get the correct lever motion and transfer case action. That's all there is to it. This little stud here is threaded onto the rod, so that gives us our adjustment. So move it a little bit.
Well, now the shifter is lining up with the gates the way it should.
This rod is actually bent.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, it's bent. Okay, I'll give it a little more adjustment, but I actually believe this is fixed.
Great. When all else fails, you got to break out the Dulcich. He seems to have fixed it. Now, all of the gates on the shifter are lining up in the right places when you move it, so I think we're good, but we'll still have to test it. You good down there, Dulcich?
Coming out. It's fixed, Freiburger.
I know. I knew I could count on you while I was sitting in here surfing Instagram. The only thing to find out now is whether this transfer case actually works or if it's going to kick out of gear again. I'm going to find out on that hill right now. Ooh, I forgot about my sporty exhaust sound. Cool. Uh-oh. The vehicle won't move. Oh, wait. Parking brake. Woo! That's a relief. Seems good. It's in low range. It's in four-wheel drive. Ooh, there we go. It's working. That junk is fixed.
Durango didn't even feel that hill.
Oh man, this thing's better than ever. Seems a little bit spunky because it's got low range now. It's not popping out of gear. We're good to go. Here we are at Jawbone Canyon, California Off-Road Vehicle Park. We had to go into a final cutthroat competition, and we're going for pinks. If I lose with the Suburban, he gets the Suburban. If I win with the Suburban, I get the Suburban.
No.
No?
I want the Suburban really bad.
Obstacle course. We're gonna go here through these motorcycle berms in sort of an S pattern. Okay. Come out here, donut around the campfire, climb the hill, race the ridge, go down the death-defying cliff drop right there, and then come through with a nice kind of slow articulating cruise through the berms and park it right back up here. And we're gonna time it.
All right, this is the main event, and there's a lot on the line. Are you ready, Freiburger?
I am ready for the Iron Man, Dulcich. 3, 2, 1, go!
Here we go. One of the things I like about four-wheeling is driving elegant, not just like whooping the thing as bad as you possibly can.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, these big bumps like that just tear up the vehicle. So I don't like to just, you know, wail on the thing. Now we're going for this hill over here. I am gonna have to get this thing into four-wheel drive, and I can't because my seatbelt is holding me back.
He's progressing at a very low speed.
Oh, I lost a lot of time here. I think I'm in two-wheel drive. Oh, it didn't go into four.
Oh, fail!
The stupid front axle disconnect situation is that it takes it a few feet of rolling to actually get into four-wheel drive. Let's try this again. See, now it's gonna go up no problem because the front end is engaged. I just lost a lot of time.
Come on, Freiburger. Oh, he's got it. Now he's gonna run along the whole ridge.
Man, this thing sounds cool with no muffler. Now I have to go down the brutal cliff hill of death. Woo, that's steep right there. Then there's a big bump that'll clear off the front bumper. Ha ha! And now I can speed it up. Oh, that not going into four-wheel drive just killed me.
There's gonna be super articulation, and then he's gonna come right up the hill where I'm standing.
And right to the top. Oh, that front axle disconnect killed me. Didn't lock. I went up in two-wheel drive.
Oh, no wonder. 228.92.
228.92. I don't know how good it is, but I think I just gifted the Suburban to you, honestly.
Well, we'll find out. Okay, Freiburger, I'm going down to my Durango and prepare for battle.
You're not gonna let me go again?
No way.
Ultimately, the Suburban's actually pretty capable for a vehicle with the height and ground clearance of the Empire State Building.
All right.
All right, Dulcich, are you prepared for Durango domination?
I'm super nervous.
Go! Oh, see, he's way better in these than I am. I was way too long. I could not get through those things without a three-point turn. Oh, but he cut the course short. He didn't go around the outside one. And watch, he won't do a full 360, will he? Oh, he is. Is he gonna try it in two-wheel drive or will he shift? He's battling the shifter. There he goes. The question is, will his front axle connect? I'm saying yes. Oh, he's on it. And to the top. Go, go, go! Now this hill he's about to come down is genuinely scary. The middle part of it there is super steep, and if you're at all crossed up, there's big drop off on the left-hand side. Oh, he's locking up the brakes, which isn't good, but he's got it going there. Now there's a big whoop-de-doo. Oh, man. Steve Dulcich, you are one Durango driving Suburban.
Oh, no
SOB.
way! Really?
Yes.
Wow!
149.39.
Oh, yeah! Woo-hoo! I've got a Suburban, brother! Yeah! What?
Buzzkill. I love that Suburban.
Dude, but you'll be happy that I have it and I can go pick stuff up for you.
You're right. Woo!
Yeah, I'm stoked, man.
Ready for lunch? Cheers, Dulcich.
Wow.
Foil touch. There, cheers. Yeah.
Wow, Freiburger. You're a master chef. This is delicious.
These beans are good.
Yeah.
Wow, so you won not only an excellent 4x4, not only the ultimate RV and camping vehicle, but also a fantastic stove.
Oh, yeah. It's like a magic chef. Oh.
It's actually really good.
They are.
Two things about this episode. First of all, yeah, I know, those weren't very roadkill-y vehicles. Too new, too clean, too reliable, but they do show that you can buy something practical and still have fun for cheap with a buddy. Second thing, it's not always the vehicle that wins, but the vehicle you love. And we both absolutely fell in love with that Suburban. We both wanted to take it home, and sure enough, it ends up in the Steve Dulcich fleet, where it is sure to become the type of clapped-out garbage that you expect on every episode of Roadkill.
Oh. Here's the thing. Pumice is the abrasive that you find in hand cleaners. I think I could create the perfect cleaner. I can guarantee you my hands will be super clean. Wow, look at that. It's super clean. I'm gonna have to take some of this home with me for sure. This time on Roadkill, the wreck runner hits the road. Hey, Freiburger, I need a ride. Oh, woohoo! Don't scratch the paint.
So it's another Freiburger and Dulcich Roadkill.
I know.
Enjoying the fruits of our labor on Roadkill Garage.
You know, I've always wanted to take this car out on the road. And this time we're gonna make some miles, pal.
Do you have any idea where we're going?
Not 100% sure.
I want to go to the home of the Roadrunner.
Yeah.
Monument Valley in Arizona, and going up through maybe like Moab and Arches and stuff like that as a tribute to the Roadrunner, don't you think?
Oh yeah, just like the cartoon. We could have the thing just hauling ass in the desert.
Like we're doing right now. So if you haven't caught up on this particular car yet, me and Finnegan took it out of a backyard of our friend Alana, who had another friend who had wrapped this 1968 Plymouth Roadrunner completely around a phone pole.
It was a C-body.
It was total C-body Roadrunner. And Finnegan and I got it running and driving on the street, which was hilarious. We were laughing so hard on that thing. And then we took it to a dirt track and we were doing laps in it. It was fun.
That was awesome.
But after that, Dulcich and I decided that we wanted to make it like a real car, a real muscle car. And so our buddy Birdsong came up with a 1968 satellite body. And on Roadkill Garage, we took all of the parts off of the wrecked C-body Roadrunner and put them on this car, which is now known as the Wreck Runner. We tuned it up, hopped it up. We put a Brawler carb on it. We took it to the drag strip. It ran 1350s, but it was fouling plugs really badly.
Yeah, I remember that.
So we haven't fixed that.
Oh, we got fresh plugs in it, but
Right now we do, but how long will they last?
I don't know.
Me neither.
Whoa!
Oh,
Look at the cookie news.
Oh, this thing has proven to be one of our better off-road cars, too. basically is a 68 Roadrunner. 383, 335 horsepower. 833 Hemi 4-speed, 8 3/4 rear end, 355 gears. This thing is fun.
Yeah.
All right, Dulcich, ready to hit the highway?
Yeah, let's go, man.
That was not a Dulcich bang shift. Did you hear it bog?
Yes.
You can hear it running rattier and rattier. I'm really happy it's not overheating. Nothing can stop us now.
No way.
Cue the sad trombone music, Dulcich.
Wah,
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 wah.
wah. Alternator failed, or something's going wrong anyway with the charging system. It was cruising along just fine at like 13.5 volts, and now it's down to like 11.5. So, you know what I'm hoping for though?
Yeah, that it's the regulator and not the alternator, right?
Because the regulator,
Is point style mechanical, and you can clean them sometimes and make them work. So we're going to test the alternator by going full field, grounding the field terminal. It should, if the alternator is good, go to full charge. Can you pull the dipstick for me, please?
oh yeah, here you go. Watch this.
Oh, you didn't wipe the oil off on your shirt for me.
I didn't. Let me get you a rag. You want to wipe it off with this pair of pants right here?
Sure.
Here you go, Steve.
Man, these jeans are a little stiff.
Yuck.
Yuck is right. Okay.
That didn't work.
No, the alternator's DOA, so we're out of luck. We need an alternator.
So, good times. And we also found out that this thing burns a full quart of oil every 100 miles. So,
Yeah, other than that, it's going great.
all right, we're gonna hit the highway and drive it till the battery dies. We're running out of voltage already.
Yep.
Did you hear it miss?
Yes, low voltage on the ignition system.
Yeah. With a higher load at high RPM, it fell apart worse, yeah. The temperature came right down even though the fan's not on.
I know. That alternator is going to be super hot to change.
All right, we need to find a parts store.
We really didn't get that far. We're in Needles, California. That's pretty close to the state line. Our alternator gave up, so we got this replacement, and this one's a dual field, but as you probably know, you can just ground one of the fields and run it in this car. So that's for a 78 Dodge pickup with a 360.
Yeah, it's got a single groove like a real muscle car alternator.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve,
Yeah.
I may have discovered the problem with our alternator.
What?
I could be wrong, but I don't think this is supposed to be like that.
Wow. Yeah, the alternator test is probably pretty valid because
Yeah.
that one is a no good.
It just shredded the brushes off. They're gone.
Oh, yeah, that's insane.
That is never before seen roadkill carnage right there.
Okay, Freiburger, this is ready to put in.
Here's another problem. We burned a spark plug wire. The convenient heat shield manages to shove the wire directly into the header. That's why they call it a heat shield, because it overheats the wire. So we're gonna need a new plug wire too. How do they manufacture this and ship it to a store and sell it to me for $1.07? Don't care, it's gonna fix my problem, and the straight spark plug boot is gonna keep it from burning again. There we go. Is it good?
Yeah!
We're out of here. Now Steve's driving.
Man, that first gear is hard to find.
Yes,
Freiburger.
it is.
Hey, it's running a lot better, look. I'm kind of leaning into it. Maybe that spark plug wire really did the trick.
It is a lot better. All right, Steve, Arizona or bust? Which is it gonna be?
I think it's gonna be fun.
Woo! You want a cool down?
Yeah. I'm glad the alternator's charging.
Yep.
Doesn't it feel great to be an American, Freiburger?
This is freedom. Semi-truck drivers are digging our car. Fans are digging it. Chicks are digging it. And you look good, I might say.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Looks like the fan belt flew off, which is exactly when the temp gauge hit 230. When we installed this alternator, we noticed that the groove on the pulley was too narrow and small, and Steve even called it. He's like, this thing's gonna throw belts. Yeah, belt's gone. Oh, the pulley's falling off, dude. Look at the belt.
Oh no!
The water pump pulley is falling off the engine. The bolts got loose, and it wobbled and cracked, and it's a disaster. So we're gonna be doing some roadside fabrication. First time breakage, right here at the Arizona line.
Brought to you by Roadkill.
I just removed 2 bolts. There we go. And boom, see that? That's what just happened. We can get these in, and then these 2 if we get some really big washers that we might have to steal off some other part of the car. Here's our problem. This part broke out of this pulley right here. What was amazing is that there was a Roadkill fan who stopped. He was a truck driver. He came up with this stuff for washers, which is better than what we had, so that I can then put it back together and put this washer in here to sort of bridge the gap and try and clamp that down, and hopefully it'll survive. That's actually not bad. I've got that thing bolted on there, but it's still got some warble to it. Make sure it's in neutral, or run me over and put me out of my misery.
Can I get in front of the car and you run me over instead?
Oh, that'll live. Pretend you hear nothing. All right, let's go.
That's a coincidence that that broke and the alternator?
I think the alternator broke something inside, and I think the shock of that broke the pulley.
That was a pretty good fix, Freiburger.
Thanks. I couldn't have done it without our trucker buddy.
I know. I got really overheated at the side of the road.
It's 30 degrees cooler in Flagstaff. Let's hope we make it.
Come on, Roadrunner. Take us to Flagstaff. Thanks.
Woo! Next stop, Flagstaff! Woo-hoo! And here we are in Ash Fork, Arizona, where it is significantly cooler. We're gonna try and solve the oil burning problem by pouring in some piston rings. Steve will show you that.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna cross our fingers that maybe it gets more cylinders lighting, and eventually I'd like to put an MSD box on it. Maybe it'll fire through dirty plugs. And then we're gonna wire up the headlights so we can continue on to Flagstaff as promised.
Our 383 Mopar engine burns oil, so I'm just gonna get the engine rebuild in a bottle. Keeps old engines alive, keeps engines like new. Minimal effort on my part, I might add, so that makes me super happy. All the headlight wiring's already in there.
Oh.
This wiring turned out to be super simple, and we should have all of the lights working. All right, the battery's connected. Mr. Freiburger?
Let there be light.
Let there be light. Yo! That worked. We don't even have the ground tight.
Oh, this is the wrong kind of terminal.
Did I give you the wrong kind of terminal?
Yeah, we need the one that goes in here.
We've got the left, but not the right.
Okay, it looks like we need a jumper. How about actually now?
That's actually it right there.
Yeah?
All right, let's get out of here.
Good morning from the Gala resort town of Flagstaff, Arizona, where they have no idea how to do a front end alignment.
For the alignment guys out there, the term wheel alignment has 3 components: caster, camber, and toe. It's not just setting the toe.
That's one problem we have not revealed to you about this car, is that it is a two-hander on the highway because it wants to dart. But the other thing that went wrong is that now the engine will almost not run at all. Next up, spark plugs. Nowhere near as bad as I thought that it would. That's actually dry, not oily. Let's see what the others look like. That's ugly. Look how it's clean around the edges, and then it's all baked on oil on the porcelain and stuff. That means it's misfiring and the raw fuel is washing it off. What I want to do is just throw new plugs in it. I would love to find an MSD ignition to put on it, because the other thing that could be happening is if our ignition box is bad, then maybe it's causing some sort of misfire timing problem. I'm gonna put new plugs in now.
What I'm gonna do now is set the idle mixture on the carburetor, get a little bit more idle speed. I'm gonna try riching it up a little bit more at all four corners. By opening it up, I'm gonna see if the idle picks up and smooths out. What's the idle RPM there, David?
900.
So I've set the idle speed at 900 RPM, which for a stick shift car is fine, especially with a little bit of cam and headers and all that. It's a lot better with the new plugs, but we're a little suspect on the ignition box that's controlling the ignition system right now, so it's a super simple swap out. I'm gonna pull that out. I've got a new box here from the auto parts store, and we'll see if that improves it any. I'm not sure if it will, but there's a good chance it might. Okay, Freiburger, you want to try it out?
You want to drive?
Yeah, I'll drive.
All right, here we go. Monument Valley, land of the Roadrunner. Beep, beep.
I think it's pretty good.
It might be fixed.
I don't want to rev it out because that water pump holding might disintegrate.
Dude, this is running perfectly. Man, this is gonna be a great day. We're in Kayenta, Arizona, and we got some wrenching to do. What we're gonna do this morning is a front end alignment, because this thing is virtually hazardous to drive.
I can fix that.
Oh, you know what? While you're fixing that, I'm gonna hook up our Roadrunner horn.
So I aligned the front suspension and you put a wire to the horn?
Okay, sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
To clarify caster and camber, which is what he's going to adjust here. Caster is, if you're looking at the side of the car, like this is the wheel on the side of the car, it's the tilt fore and aft of the spindle. And the more aft it is, the more stable it is in a straight line. Camber, if you're looking at the front of the car like this, is the tilt of the top of the tire in and out. And our problem is that we've actually got the camber like this, which is why the inside of the tires are scrubbing the ground and balding themselves.
Right now it's got some negative to it.
Thing's gonna handle like an Indy car when we're done.
What we're doing here is I lowered the car because we're gonna check the camber. We've done kind of a rough alignment setting, but I've got to fine tune. What we have to do is roll it forward and back, and that'll settle the suspension. I'll take a measurement. Within a couple of tries of trial and error, we'll have it right on the money. How's that, Freiburger?
Yeah, it's mint.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Okay, now we're gonna do toe, which is the tires in or out like this. We want about
1/8 Freiburger.
You like an 1/8?
Well, with the worn out suspension.
62 7/16. Now we're gonna do the same at the back of the tire.
62 1/4, and it was 62 7/16.
Right.
So that's 3/16 towed out.
Correct. We had it out 3/16 of an inch. We want it in 1/8 of an inch. And so what Steve's doing is loosening up the tie rod end, and you know that adjuster that you can turn? He's using it to lengthen this side to tip the wheels in, and hopefully straighten the steering wheel while we're there. He fixed the alignment. I fried the Roadrunner horn, so we're gonna have to add it in post. Probably throughout the whole episode because it'll be hilarious.
Meep, meep.
Meep, meep. So we're gonna test drive the alignment with confidence on our way to Monument Valley.
Let's go.
Boom!
We don't even need a horn. We can just do our own meep, meeps.
Meep, meep. Here we go. Fingers crossed. That looks like you're fighting it.
I don't know, seems better to me. Drives like a Cadillac. Beep, beep.
When you're on a highway and Roadrunner goes beep, beep, you better step aside or you might wind up in a heap. Roadrunner, running down the road all day. Nice work, Dolchek.
Yeah. Look, I can just drive it one-handed, elbow on the windowsill.
Oh, that's way better. Everything I'd hoped for and more.
The Roadrunner's great, or the Wreck Runner is not such a wreck anymore, Freiburger.
And we made it to Monument Valley here in Utah.
Oh, yeah.
The home of the Roadrunner.
That's right.
I just want to enjoy the scenery.
Yeah, it's beautiful out here, man. It's cool.
Time for a Freiburger history lesson and what makes this so special. So when I was a little kid, by far my favorite cartoon was Warner Brothers' Roadrunner and Coyote. And of course, it was set in the southwestern desert, but specifically with the background that you see here in Monument Valley in Arizona and Utah, right on the border. Roadrunner came out in 1949, and it was created by a guy named Michael Maltese, but really crafted and shaped and made fantastic by the legendary director Chuck Jones. And the very first Roadrunner cartoon in 1949 was called Fast and Furious. Yes, very much like the car movie series of today. In 1968, Plymouth came to Warner Brothers and they said, here's the deal. We're making a car named Roadrunner whether you like it or not. So if you want your little cartoon bird on the side and the fame that comes with that, let's strike a deal. And they did. So this has been a great trip, and it all ties together with our 1968 Wreck Runner right here in Monument Valley. You ready to behold more of the glory?
Let's go, man. Hit the road.
Can you picture a better scenario than what we're doing right now?
No!
Me neither.
Yeah, this car makes it great.
Check out that balance rock. Wow, that's Mexican hat.
How is that thing even supported?
I know, it's rad. Pull off, let's check it out.
Sounds good.
Oh, I forgot, more violent off-roading. Obviously, it was a complete beaut, and it got eroded by wind, and the hard part stayed. And look at that balance. Look how it's offset off the center.
How can it even exist?
I don't know, it's cool.
Really wouldn't want to fall off that edge, though.
No, you really don't.
It's a long way to Albuquerque down that way.
Just when you thought Monument Valley was all of the win that we could have in this episode, we've got more. Welcome to a big vacant lot in the woods nearby Durango, Colorado, the city named for Steve's favorite SUV. So because we've got the Wreck Runner now whittled down to ultimate reliability, like new car levels of reliability, we decided to screw it up by modifying the thing. We're gonna make it faster. We were able to ship in some Edelbrock East Street heads that we're gonna put on the car right here in this dirt field. And we realized we were going by Amarillo Dragway, and those guys were cool enough to open up for us on Friday. So now our new goal is make this thing faster than the 1350s that it ran in Bakersfield at a 3,500 foot elevation to Amarillo. Ready, Steve?
Yeah.
You know what? Let's time this. It is noon, straight up, give or take a minute. So I'm gonna say 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, we're gonna have this running and driving. What do you think, Steve?
About this time tomorrow?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess he's watched Roadkill before. I'm spraying so the dirt doesn't drop down in the intake ports when we lift the manifold. Wow, easiest ever. Is that our intake leak? Dude, this could be our oiling problem. Oh, that thing's like new.
Yeah. Engine's like new too.
It's actually not bad. Next up, valve covers off. Oh, what?
Mechanically adjustable rocker
No
arms.
way.
Yeah.
This isn't a solid cam, is it?
I don't know.
No. Rocker arms are adjustable. The stock ones on this engine are not. And so that's an upgrade. And typically that would be with a solid camshaft, a mechanical cam. And this one, we think, has a hydraulic in it.
Well, Freiburger, there is no lash in any of these, so.
Okay. Huh. Spark plugs better than ever. Look at that. This thing's healing itself, which is why we took it apart. Oh, don't tell me the distributor's gonna have to come out. No. There we go. Ah! Okay. There is a ton of crud baked onto the top of the pistons here. And if you look at them, especially on number 8, which is the worst, it seems like all of the crud is centered around the valve notches. I'm hoping that that means that our oil fouling problem is oil that's coming down from the cylinder head, like through the valve guides, and not up through the rings. Another clue to that is the fact this engine has very little bore taper, as judged by the fact that there's almost no ring ridge at the very top of the cylinder. And so we're hoping that we can install these new cylinder heads and also solve the oil fouling problem at the same time. Now we're at the point of being able to put the cylinder heads on, but unfortunately the Edelbrock heads have angled spark plugs where they're straight on the stock heads, and we know that one of the tubes over here will not clear the angle plug head. So we got to pull the header out from underneath it and then let the bashing begin. We're gonna mock up this header onto the head. I wanted to see how bad the header bolt situation is. Wow, that's not touching. That's far better than I thought it was gonna be. Well, you can see how tight this is in here, but I think we're gonna get away with it, maybe with a little bit modification. There we go. Wilderness bashing success. The header and the socket fits now, so we have to slip the header back up into the car, and then we're ready to put the cylinder heads on.
I'll go shove this into position. Everything here is spotlessly clean. I'm gonna lay the head gaskets in place, and then it's time to bolt on the heads.
Here are the cylinder heads that we're going to install. Edelbrock E-Streets, which is like their bottom end line of heads. They don't have quite the finished work of some of their higher end stuff. They're gonna have a little bit more flow than those 906s. They got bigger valves in them, but here's the big deal. The chamber size is 75 cc's, and the stock 906 iron heads that we took off are gonna be right around 92 cc's. And so we're gonna get a big jump in compression ratio. These are gonna be a good benefit. Obviously, they're gonna be lighter. The other thing about the E-Street is they're designed to bolt right in with all of the stock stuff. So let's hope it works. This is a Dulcich tip. So all of these push rods right here need to be lined up for me to drop on the entire rocker shaft assembly. And when Dulcich tells you to grab your dipstick, you go right to it. So watch this. I am going to slide it on top of the rocker stand little pedestals here, and I am going to install each individual push rod on top of it.
So what happens is the dipstick will corral all of your push rods.
This feels like progress. Nice. When the valve covers go on, you know you're near done. Really close. 7:45. To be completely honest, I would say that we spent at least 2 hours and 45 minutes ordering parts, answering email, lounging. So that's a Roadkill 5 o'clock, and we are just about to fire this thing up.
All right, here we go. Ignition on, and boom. That's a win, Freiburger.
That's total win.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's it for the evening. Now look away, because the partying begins. All right, Steve, On this rock, I have scrawled my estimates of our before and after horsepower with our Edelbrock head mod. What is your estimate of what we were making with the iron heads?
Engine dyno horsepower, probably about 310.
310?
310.
Okay, and how about now?
4 1/4. 355 and 400.
Yeah.
You might be closer on the 355 because it did run a 1354 at Bakersfield.
Yeah.
400, well,
Think it's a little better?
4 1/4 all
Well,
day
let's
long.
find out. Here we go.
That runs about the same, doesn't it? How come our vibration went away? It would vibrate. You'd have to hit at least 2,900 to get out of vibration. How come we don't have vibration?
You're kidding. Is it because of load or something? How about on this downhill? Lift a little? How's that possible? I don't get that. We had a bad vibration between 2,500 and 3,000. We thought it was the drive shaft, but our new cylinder has fixed it.
That's impossible,
That's
Freiburger.
impossible. Man, this thing runs mint.
Yeah. It's never run better on this trip.
It has not. We have crested 1,000 miles in the Rec Runner.
No way.
Yes, we have. We're currently in New Mexico, and the state bird of New Mexico is
The Road Runner.
boom.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. It's a beautiful day in Rio Rancho, New Mexico, where we slept among the scorpions last night.
And there were a lot of them.
There was a lot of scorps.
Yeah.
So we arrived here in Rio Rancho, New Mexico last night. The engine is running like garbage once again. I suspect the plugs are fouled. We're gonna pull out the plugs, and then we actually have some new parts. The UPS store got an overnight delivery for us of brand new MSD components. So even if we're still oil fouling the plugs, I'm hoping to blast through it with MSD ignition power.
I think it will.
Yeah.
It's like a keg of dynamite.
I'm dying to pull that number 8 spark plug and see how oil fouled it is or isn't. This is gonna be the moment of truth. And that's not as oily as it used to be by a long shot, but it is fouled. If they all look like this, then obviously this thing needs piston rings. We're gonna bypass all of that and go directly to trying to fire through a fouled plug with an MSD ignition.
I think it'll work. Can you go to the store and get me half a quart of chocolate milk? That would be the same.
You're giving me a gallon of annoyance right now. And distributor out. The great part about the Mopar is how simple this is. See how it just has a tang on it, not a gear? That means all we had to remember is which direction the rotor was pointing in order to get the new one in the right place. First thing, brand new MSD Pro Billet distributor. All right, Dulcich, you want to eyeball the timing? What he's doing right now is sort of just initially setting the timing by looking at where the tooth is on the reluctor inside the distributor and the magnetic pickup and lining them up and sort of eyeballing where it should be in relation to where we've got the number 1 cylinder on the damper. It's sort of an estimate. It'll get it started, and then we'll set the timing after that. Now, the Blaster 2 coil! It's actually an MSD Blaster 2. I don't know what makes it better than the Blaster 1. But it's called Blaster, so it's good. Steve's taking the plugs out, and I have to admit, they are actually worse than we've ever seen on this trip. Defeat. Our piston rings in this engine are junk. We're gonna attempt to burn through all of that oil with a gnarlier ignition system right here. MSD means multiple spark discharge. Below 3,000 RPM, it actually strikes the spark plug multiple times. All of the energy is stored up in a capacitor inside that box, and then when the distributor triggers it, it goes BAM! And it releases it into the coil all of a sudden and gets you more spark energy. MSD installed. It's butchered, but it's installed. Last thing here's gonna be spark plug wires. I'm not gonna make them to my normal neatness. We're just gonna jam them together.
Ignition on, and...
'26 needs advancing.
Oh,
This distributor rotates counterclockwise.
yeah, so you...
So I advanced it by going clockwise.
Okay, firing up.
Fire. That's good. 17. Ready for it once again to run better than it ever has?
Oh, yeah. It's faster.
It falls over right after 5,500 RPM.
It does?
Yeah. That was 6. We gotta strap the motor down.
Yeah.
So I guess my review at this point is the vibration's still there.
Not as bad.
I think the motor mount's broken,
Busted.
and I think it's faster than it was.
Yeah.
We made it all the way to Amarillo Dragway in Amarillo, Texas. This is the scene of the 1971 to 1973 NHRA finals. But more importantly,
What?
it's the episode where Finnegan and I drove that worthless 76 Dart here and blew it up on nitrous. That is all the blow-by. Go, girl, go!
That's not good.
That was terrible.
That was the 100th episode. All of the head gaskets were blown out of it.
I was super sorry for that 318.
Don't do the same thing to the 383 today.
Oh, no, that's impossible. I can assure you I'm going to leave it in one piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about the transmission? Because that's my big concern.
Well, if I blow that up, it'll make you super happy.
Right? We'll get a
You
new
hate
one.
the transmission.
This thing has got wasted synchros. I cannot power shift the thing into second, so I'm counting on the power of the Dulcich to just BAM!
I'm going to prove that with that 833 Chrysler transmission.
Yeah?
Running down the track, power shifting second gear.
In order for you to do that, I think I have to actually attach the engine to the car.
Oh,
so let's do the motor mount bolt, and then we need 8 cylinders, so we'll do spark plugs, and finally we'll slam slicks on it.
Okay, get it running.
And we did get it running. First, installing a bolt that had fallen out of the driver's side motor mount completely.
Now that the engine's actually bolted in, spark plugs.
And then we discovered that the spark plugs were as bad as ever, if not worse.
There was actual debris on there.
Exactly, there's metal on it.
Yeah.
And finally, we ignored that, slapped on some slicks, and hit the track. At this point, our low expectations were met in Roadkill style. Because the car was not only just slow, but it also broke. First, the shifter and the synchronizers in the transmission gave us the same trouble that they had all along. There would be no bang shifting on this day. And then, the clutch linkage fell apart.
He missed second.
Lost the clutch linkage.
Dulcich fixed that, and the car did finally run in the high 14s in the terrible weather, but then the clutch failed altogether.
Oh, that was the clutch going away.
That was the clutch.
Yeah, and it's puking on the track now.
But you know what? Our spirit was not broken. We had survived 1,300 plus miles in the Wreck Runner, a car assembled out of 2 complete piles of Mopar garbage, and we had a great time doing it. Kicking it off with just amazing action in the desert, doing some burnouts along the way, seeing the awesome, awesome scenery in Monument Valley, and finally making it within 6 hours of our true final destination, which was going to be another drag strip in Texas, where we're meeting up with Mike Finnegan for another drag racing shootout with a different car. And you will see that in an upcoming episode of Roadkill.
Master, transmission refuses to shift. Okay, I get in car, go down quarter mile. Freiburger, he can't shift transmission. It's a real drag because, you know, the synchro mesh has to engage the gear. Freiburger can't handle it. He walked out of the ring. Yes, Dulcich to jump in, bang shift his car, take it down a quarter mile, and show him how it's done. Right now, it's go time.
And if you look, somebody ported this and made the ports way bigger than they need to be. But this is an old school way of thinking of how to build a race engine. We're putting this on our engine because we need it. It fits our carburetor. This is gonna kill power, but it's necessary for today. Sleeve is adjust the height of our distributor. This particular distributor by MSD has an adjustable slip collar right here, and that allows you to set the height in relation to the deck height of the motor. The reason you want to adjust all this is so that you get a good mesh between the distributor gear and the gear on the back of the camshaft. But when I dropped this distributor in the new motor, we had a gap between the intake manifold and this slip collar. So it was never going to tighten down, so I loosened up the set screws. I'll now go drop this in the engine, put a feeler gauge underneath it, and then...
Well, made it 3 blocks before we got roadkilled.
I can't say that I'm surprised, though.
We rebuilt lots of things on this car. We did not rebuild this 30-year-old aluminum fuel line that runs front to back, and it has sprung a leak. We're gonna Band-Aid it right now just so we can keep going.
Yes, it is.
What do you think? Go about 3 more blocks, call it night?
Sure.
Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something.
This time on Roadkill, shredding Steve Dulcich drives it till the wheels fall off.
Got it.
How does that even happen, Finnegan?
You're a legend, dude. You got legendary powers.
I just break stuff. Worse than Tony.
Yeah, I don't even think Tony's done that.
Oh,
Good work.
oh, thanks, bro.
The gang's all here. Finnegan, Freiburger, Newbern, Dulcich. And you know what? You and I have had such a great time at the Dirt Fish Rally School that we decided to spread the wealth to you guys. And we're right here at Rally Ready Driving School in Texas. And we are going to beat on some junk. What are we gonna do here? Divide them up into teams, drive some cars around, have a great time. I think we gotta do the gang back together thing. Mike, it's you and me. We haven't done an episode together in so long. And so that means you guys are together also. The only thing that sort of has to be decided is who's driving what car.
This is the good car.
That is the good car. You know what I think we should do is a whole bunch of different competitions, and maybe at the beginning of each one, except for the first one where Mike and I are taking the Camaro, we'll rock, paper, scissors for who drives what.
I'll make you guys a deal. We'll start out in this car. If you beat us in the first event, we'll talk about maybe you taking this car.
There you go. That's a good plan. Because we're just presuming the Camaro's better than the Duster.
You can't do that. You'll take the better car, and then we get to trade when we beat the better car?
Do you see a problem with this?
Not at all.
No, we're good. It's our show.
1 + 1 is 3. It adds up, dude. Sold!
All right, so let's give you a little bit of background history about what these cars are all about, and we're gonna get to racing.
This is the Joe Dirte Camaro. This was the hero of the season finale of Faster with Finnegan, which I believe is your 9th favorite show on this channel. Thanks for watching, appreciate it. It is powered by a 350 Chevy, turbo 350 transmission, a medium shot of nitrous oxide, a Ford 9-inch rear end, really low gears, and it crushed everything in a mud drag race. Today, it's gonna destroy everything here at the rally school. Trust me.
I'm here to tell you about this car. You might have seen it before if you watched Roadkill, because on the episode where they went to pick up that 66 Dodge pickup, they found this at Birdsong's and they bought it. And not only that, but he basically built the car, really, to be perfectly giving credit where credit is due. It had a blown 318, he pulled that out, he put in a Magnum 360. It has a 3-speed Mopar manual transmission and what feels like a pretty good clutch. Out back's the worst part because the rear end is a puny 7 1/4, which blows up like dynamite, and there's no positive traction, so it's a one-wheel peel, which is not too good on a dirt track. But clearly, those guys with that Camaro are gonna have their hands full with this whole steaming pile of mess. These bald tires have got to come off these wheels, and we've got some other tires over there and a tire changing machine, but I don't know how to change tires. So we got New Bern here.
Yeah, I got some UTV tires. We're gonna take these old slick tires off.
Is it tires or tars?
Tar machine.
Tars. There's 2 tars over there, and there's a tar machine, and there's a guy who knows how to use it. Pit crew, this is NASCAR Rick, coming at you from Southern Alabama right now. Hey, New Bern, I've got an idea.
What you got?
I'm gonna attempt to do stuff, and then right before you see me do something terribly wrong.
All right, well, it's wrong.
What do you mean?
We gotta let the air out and break the bead first before we put it up there.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta take the air out first.
Of course. Now, that's the little button in the little thingy, but the whole thing will unscrew when you have a valve stem removal tool. Push it right on in.
All right, you ready?
That looks good to me.
All right, here we go.
Oh, look at that. Boom.
All right, spin it around.
Oh. Oh.
Spin that baby around.
Is it gonna go the right away?
Team Newsage right here.
Boom. It's stuck.
Now, we'll take it back off. We'll break the bead again.
Again?
Put it back on there and then tar right off.
That's it. You lube it up.
Oh, come on. Ready?
Yeah.
Spit that wheel right on out that tire. There you go.
And that's how you change a tire.
What?
Tar. Now we're gonna get our UTV tire. We're gonna just throw it right back on there.
Son of a gun. Now, first, let me give it another try. All right.
Oh,
Boom.
18. All right, Steve, give it a shot. Tires need a touch more air pressure. When he's going around the turn, like the sidewall is like rolling in, it's on the verge of just coming off the bead there. Okay, he's good, so it's fine for today.
I think first competition's gonna be the down and back drag race on the place that they call the runway.
Ooh, sweet.
Yeah.
That sounds good, but I'm afraid your car is going to need some servicing.
What's that?
The water in the oil and the oil in the radiator.
Really?
We haven't even started yet.
When did that happen?
I don't know. We found a blown head gasket this morning. You know what, guys, though? I've got you covered, Freiburger.
Oh, dude.
Oh, we got this.
That fixes
The
everything.
K-seal handles everything. We've
That will
proven it.
literally stub your toe, K-seal.
This is a guarantee. Well, I'm obviously to blame for this. See, yesterday off camera, we were taking some still photos and I was looping it around here. I fired it up, I go 2 laps. I'm like, man, this thing is hard to drive. I didn't know it had power steering on it. And I looked down at the temp gauge and boom, it's at like 220. I'm like, whoa, I shut the thing off and obviously it overheated and blew a head gasket.
Glug, 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 glug. Finnegan wanted to change the oil, which is the wise thing to do.
And it runs so good. We poured in the head gasket in a bottle, let it warm up. It sat there for a long time and didn't even get to 180, so that's good news. So now we're gonna go change the oil just to be sure, and hopefully this thing's fixed.
Well, it's a good thing we're changing the oil because I pulled the drain plug out and indeed, milkshake in the oil pan, which means those bearings aren't protected at all. We don't have a filter to change, but if we put 5 or 6 quarts of fresh oil in there, I think that might offset the water content of the half a quart of oil that's in the filter. It'll be fine. We're still gonna spray nitrous through it. We're still gonna win.
The oil's all changed, but this thing, when it's running, makes a noise that these guys say it never made before, and I'm hoping that it's a header gasket, but sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between that and a loose rocker arm. So I'm gonna use this screwdriver, touch it to the valve cover, and then touch my ear to the screwdriver. It will transfer the vibration up into my ear and let me know exactly what's going on. It's just the header, we're good.
All right, car. You and me now. We've done this before.
Our first event is going to be a down and back drag race. We've got Finnegan in the Camaro, and here he goes. That does not seem fast, Newbern. What's the deal?
It's the driver.
Oh, okay.
I can see. Oh, there's a hole. There's a hole. There's another hole.
Oh, that was a pretty good turnaround, though.
Yeah, he's going to be good at that.
That's your partner there.
Yep, here we go. He's hauling. Oh, he lifted and boom. Oh! Looks like the shutdown is where all the action is. That was a 25-39.
That was sketchy. It was so sketchy. There is not a lot of shutdown there, and you have to go through a fence.
What happened?
I had to brake before the finish line because I was like, there's nowhere to go, and I don't think this thing's gonna stop, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I heard that. It was gnarly.
It's fun, though. I want to go again. Can I go again?
So what you got to beat is 25-39, so keep a count in your head, okay?
I can do that.
It's 1 potato, 2 potatoes.
Here we go, car.
That was a lot stronger lead. Oh, yeah. That thing's hauling. That looks cool.
Yeah.
Oh, he aced this one again. Here he comes. Look out. Oh, he's still lifted before the finish line. 23:04 though, so he cut a couple seconds off and he didn't die in the shutdown.
Car rips.
Well, you improved 23:0.
Nice.
It was 25 something before, so that's good.
All right, that was fun. Who's going next?
Dulcich in the Duster.
Oh, sweet. Good luck, sir. I'll move.
Gonna be just like NASCAR.
Dulcich is up in the Duster. I don't trust him, so on the way back, I'm running that way. All right, come on.
This thing's a 3-speed stick. Wow, he's actually hauling. He's throwing rocks.
He's lifting way early, though.
He lifted way early.
Did he get lost already? There's only one turn.
Well, the problem down there, it's a one-legger. It doesn't slide well.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Oh!
You ready? In the stance.
Oh, yikes. He made it, but he did not beat you. That's a 24.73.
Man, that was sketchy. He came off the ground right here.
Yes, he did.
We're gonna have to let him go again. He went twice. I'm not convinced he went all the way around the loop. I think he turned around on the road.
He's done that before.
No,
Yeah.
he did not. He went around the loop.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Hey, Ryan, camera Ryan at the big end of the track. Did Dulcich actually go all the way around the loop?
Yeah, he did.
All right, thanks for playing. All right, so we officially cleared with cameraman Ryan at the big end that Dulcich did go around the loop. From here, it looked like you turned around early. You did not beat Finnegan. You went 24.73.
Yeah, I didn't think I had Finnegan. Perhaps with another go.
Just don't kill us, because that was gruesome. Dulcich, round 2.
Ow! He did that on purpose.
He is hauling now. Oh, but he lifted way early. I'm probably gonna do that too, chicken out. Here it comes.
Ready to run, dude.
Yeah, ready to run.
Stealing second
Wow,
base.
he's hauling. Oh, not good. Oh, he made it.
Save.
Oh, dude.
Did he do it?
23:05.
What was my 23?
I'm looking. 23:05 to 23:04. We won by a hun.
No way!
Yes, you went 23:05. You went 23:04.
Oh man, if I would have just stayed on and coming through the starting line.
You farted, you would have won.
Finnegan, it was a good race, my friend.
That was excellent.
Good
I
job.
guess it's up to you and me now.
Good job.
There you go.
Oh, dude, this thing is 230 right now.
Okay, so our car is not ready to compete. She's 235. So
235.
Newbern's gonna jump in and try to top his partner's time in an effort to catch Team Finnegan.
Finnegan.
Finberger.
Finnegan.
Finberger. Yeah.
Finberger.
Yeah.
Finberger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Wow, that Duster is super fun. I almost beat Finnegan's best time, but you know what? He got me. But anyways, Newbern, take her down the track.
You got it.
Oh! He's way out of the groove.
He is on the roughest part of the track.
I was going to go in the water.
Look out, he cannot see.
That thing's graceful.
2480. Everyone's pretty consistent.
You're right there with everyone else's first pass.
Right there.
I ran through the mud down there.
Avoid the mud puddle.
You have to pick up 1.8 seconds.
Okay.
Back in the mud.
He was ripping.
He cannot see anything right now. Oh, he slowed down, 24:42.
The pan might have contacted the ground there.
Might have.
Maybe.
Oh, and I smell clutch. 24:42. Not enough to win. It reeks of clutch out here.
Probably brakes.
Maybe. Team Dulburn is still behind. Oh, this is gonna hurt. No! I'm up.
he did.
Whoa. Why'd he come from that way?
Boy, he came in and out the same side.
No, he didn't. Oh, stopped really early. It was like a 25. It really doesn't sound happy. It wasn't good. It was like 25.
Really?
Yeah. The beginning was epic. You crossed here in the air.
Yeah?
Yeah. Something happened down there, though. Go again. You can do this.
Do you care about 220 degrees?
It ain't my car.
Oh, he is hauling butt.
So he goes the other way.
Wait, you haven't even stopped.
I stopped at the wrong cone.
Yeah, you stopped way down there.
I did.
Not bad, though. 2377.
Okay, so that wins.
Are we gonna do average or?
We did. You lost.
Okay, Nusich, ready for your assignment number 2?
Yes.
Figure 8. We're gonna start right here.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna come around and we're gonna start timing you in the intersection. Then you're gonna do 2 full figure 8s. So you cross the intersection 5 total times.
Is it 5 or 5?
5.
They get to drive the winning car from the last event.
Yeah, you get the Camaro, unfortunately.
Well, you know what?
All right.
Yeah.
I drove the Camaro from the last location to here, and it's
broke
a
it.
far superior vehicle. So you guys have your work cut out for you.
We have an open diff. It doesn't slide awesome. Tell you what, I'm gonna cut 2 seconds off your time for anybody who leaves a connecting rod on the track.
That's pretty worthwhile. Is that a deer? You go first, Newbern.
all right,
Climb
okay.
into that Camaro and show these boys how it's done.
All right, here comes Newbern staging the Camaro.
Are you ready?
He's in gear.
Go for it. Oh, good turn. I see sparks coming out from under the hood.
That's 1. Not smooth, like,
Man, it's got good momentum, though.
That's 2.
There we go.
That's 3.
Dude, he's doing great.
He's doing really good. Looks nice. That's 4. All right, next time through the intersection, it's time. Oh, that looks cool. Oh, he moved it. Oh, no. Nope. Oh, no. Oh, he's still not there. Come on.
He lost it. He just lost it.
He's still not there.
He's still not there.
Come this way.
And stop. Okay, almost a minute, 58:54.
On a technicality, you were doing amazing
So
until...
close and yet so far.
It's all about the fun.
It was. We liked it. I hope you did.
Solid effort.
Yeah, that's under a minute.
All right.
Next up, Steve Dulcich.
What? We go back to back?
Okay.
Okay. Okie dokie. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What?
You threw the belt, bro.
No power steering?
Yeah. I see it dangling.
As soon as Dulcich went to run, he realized it had no power steering, and both of the belts have fallen off. And so 12-volt Dave here is throwing them back on so that his buddy can have belts for half a lap. Belts fixed. Dulcich is up.
Well, I guess that's good enough.
Looking good.
Yeah. Not bad at all. Up, except for now.
He's going the wrong way.
He totally choked.
How do you get lost on a figure 8? How's that even possible?
I lost the course.
We're now going backwards.
Okay. All right.
That's 3 times.
Okay.
Where the heck am I?
He's gonna beat you, Newbern.
he loops it. So if you want to count that a complete run, it was 46.90, but...
Well, he shortcutted half the course.
Yeah, he made it O track. And he doesn't realize he's done.
Yeah.
Shift! Dude!
Hell with it. That's my boy right there.
Lunch? Want lunch?
15 is what he's going for, not 5. 15.
Oh.
I don't care.
Oh, rocks!
I'm still.
So when you were going right, did it ever occur to you you might be going the wrong direction?
I got a bunch of sand in my eyes. I couldn't see nothing. Once I got the hang of it,
Those 9 laps certainly looked good.
yeah, once I got the hang of it, but by then, the horse had left the barn, so.
Yeah, 46.90.
Oh, I beat Newbern.
Well,
You turned it
if
into
you
a
consider
track.
the fact that you missed one complete
Oh,
loop.
come on. I did
least.
not miss it. I know you guys are just joshing me. That's pretty good, guys. Yeah, I know, but it's all right.
You did great, dude. You did great.
All right, Freiburger's up.
Right here. My teammate right here.
Okay, the Duster here does not have a limited slip or a locked rear end, so it doesn't slide as easy. But I think all I have to do is not get lost and I win this.
I believe Mr. Freiburger is about to put on a clinic.
You go! Ah, the nerve of that man.
Dude.
All right, here we go again. Look out.
Dude, those tires are aggressive.
How many laps is that? 1?
Vito's on the band.
This is gonna be it. Get ready to click it. Click. That's it.
No, that's not it.
I thought that was it.
No, not it.
Okay, he's still going, so it must still not be done.
Oh man, the tire kept coming off the ground on the inside, or at least unloading and spinning real bad. Woo! How'd I do, boss?
49.
49?
I got you by 1 second.
Seriously?
1 second.
Yeah, but you also skipped the
I
track.
didn't skip it. All these guys just told me that you're joking.
The no posi blows.
It didn't really seem to hamper you. I think you did pretty good.
It lifts the inside tire and spins so you can't accelerate.
I mean, for having all those things work against you, a 49 seems reasonable.
Like the amount of rocks you threw on everybody was incredible.
Well, that's good then. All right, Finnegan, I expect an improvement. This is gonna be last pass on the figure 8. It's gonna be Mike Finnegan in the Duster. All right, Mike, it's all you.
Oh, wow. This is different. I feel like I'm about to eat the steering wheel.
Oh, he's going. Whoa, you're not kidding. Okay. That's 1. Wow, 2. Oh!
That was fun.
That's 3.
Watch the bus.
Oh, I can't see him.
He's right there.
And boom.
He's still going.
And he beat my time, 39:37.
I don't know how many laps that was, but it was a lot of fun.
He's happy.
39:37.
What?
Woohoo!
You won.
Yeah.
All right.
Hooray for Finnegan. Hip, hip, hooray.
Next competition, the rally section.
That's what I've been waiting for.
All right, Dulcich, it's been child's play so far. Now we're on the actual rally section.
Yeah, it's got dirt roads, whoop-de-doos, curves, trees you can hit, grass you can slide on. Over there, there's a huge bank.
Oh yeah, the bank turn is awesome. Good old Newbern is actually back there fixing the starter wiring on the Camaro, which wouldn't start. We've only got Dulcich, me, and Finnegan here. Finnegan's going first in the Duster, followed by Dulcich.
All right.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Go! Oh! Well, that thing's graceful, isn't it?
It is. This is more like a Baja run, man.
Yeah, it is.
This is like the silt beds.
Oh, boy.
It's so swirly. Oh my God.
Finnegan's ever experienced the power of the 360 Magnum Mopar V8.
Oh, I know. Man, he's ripping it.
It's pretty cool.
Wow. Man, can that Finnegan drive a duster? Oh. Whoa.
Here he comes.
And as soon as he crosses those cones.
Oh my goodness. I may have knocked all the torsion out of the torsion bars if that's what's holding the front end of this car up.
Man, that's gonna be hard to beat.
That's a long course, 1:15.81. I'm kind of jealous only you guys are driving this thing. That looked awesome from here.
Dude, it was so fun and so scary.
Why?
Because this car is out of control, dude. One wheel is always spinning and the car is just fishtailing.
Yeah, we should have welded the rear.
Is the front end lower now? I feel like I knocked all the torsion out of it.
A little bit.
You'll be good. Epic track. The berms are insane. Whether you want to jump or not, you're getting air. Dulcich is going to have a hard time either beating that time or not crashing.
Is it as good as Dirtfish?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Not as long as what we did at Dirtfish.
Right.
But it's just the right amount of scary and fun and fast, all in one.
You ready to watch Dulcich go?
Yeah.
All right, Dulcich, on you.
Yeah, go, buddy.
This will blow away and you'll see him. It's neat.
What do you mean, the wheel fell off?
We're hearing from the drone pilot that a wheel fell off the car.
Wiley, did a wheel fall off the car?
A wheel fell off the car. I'm getting the shot right now.
Oh, dude, let's go check on him. That's not my fault somehow.
Does he automatically win on that?
Yes, he does. He drove the wheels off of it. Of course he wins.
That was no good.
Dude, how many people do you know drove the wheels off their car? Nice work, Dulcich! You drove the wheels off of it!
It was the most spectacular rally run I've ever was gonna achieve in my whole life. I was flying through here, and then the whole car came right off the car. And it just went rolling right down the road, right on yonder. I'm pretty sure that Finnegan loosened it on his run.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I was just driving down this course, and my tire just came right off. Look at that.
No broken spindle? No, we can fix this. Let's do it. We need to find the lug nuts.
I like this car even more now. I don't know why, because like it didn't kill you. It still looks good. It's not broken, and it came screeching to a halt and just flung its tire over there. Like
it did. We can fix this with a floor jack and some lug nuts. The challenge is going to be finding the lug nuts.
Don't let it drop on the tire.
4 washers and 2 lug nuts.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. Newbern found a couple. I found a couple.
Great.
Wow, that's a scavenger hunt.
Technically only a short one.
That's incredible. They may have to be forced on with the impact, though.
Does the lug nut even reach?
Mm.
I don't know, dude. You're a ½ inch short of this coming through, and then you're going to put a spacer on it.
Oh, that's why it came off. Yeah, not enough thread engagement.
Yeah, these don't reach.
Good catch, Finnegan. That's exactly what happened.
You get to go again, Steve.
On you, Dulcich!
Come on, big dog. He's a man possessed. Look at him right there. He's going faster.
Not throttling it like you were, though. No way.
All right, but he's made it past the point where he got before. He's already doing better.
Oh, good slide there. Yeah, he's not going fast.
That's the berm. It's a scary car to drive because it doesn't have a lot of traction, so it fishtails a lot. And I don't know what happened.
$128.
What did I run?
115.
Oh.
He was way
I
behind.
was like he was cruising.
Come on back, Steve!
My clutch linkage is locked up.
Okay, I guess that's the end of the day on the rally segment. Finnegan wins. Well, so what went wrong, Steve?
Oh, the clutch pedal, it got stuck, and I was stuck in neutral, just on like the greatest run I've ever done.
It won't go into gear at all?
I can't step on the clutch like as hard as I step on it.
Ah, that's too bad. It's raining and you already had a wheel fall off. Pretty much we need to move on to the next event, which is tomorrow.
All right, see you tomorrow for the head-to-head showdown.
I cannot step on the clutch pedal. It's stuck. And now the rain has come and has ruined the clutch pedal. Last night I was competing against Finnegan and the Duster on the rally course, and man, I had nothing but trouble because the clutch linkage was all bound up, and we came to discover the header on the left side of the car is absolutely crushed. The collector is up against the floorboard, capturing the shift fork that operates the clutch, so that linkage is a no-go. The only real fix for this right now is to cut the primary tubes. It's gonna be kind of like a short zoomy header when I'm done, but at least it'll relieve the problem with the clutch fork. Boom! All right, I consider that completely fixed. So we're gonna drop this car down, we're gonna take it out, and then we're gonna have some racing action.
All right, here we go. This is the last race of this episode, and it's been so long since Freiburger and Finnegan have been together that Team Usage is gonna let them go head-to-head in the Camaro and the Duster.
So we're gonna run this course, which is actually really, really cool and has some jumps in it and everything. But first, I wanna take a poll at this point in the episode on what we're thinking of these vehicles. So just call it out, Camaro or Duster?
Camaro.
Well, Duster, hands down.
Camaro.
Camaro.
You guys are just not any judge of horse flesh.
That's the problem. The Duster has no limited slip. It's got no front suspension travel whatsoever. The Camaro's easier to get in and out of, has better tires, taller tires, more suspension travel. So this is the choice unit.
I like the Duster.
Okay, he's going Duster, I'm going Camaro.
Finnegan's got the Duster, and I've seen how he can drive that thing. I'm gonna have to go Finnegan on this one.
I'm gonna have to go with the Camaro.
This track is wide enough for passing. Right here on this straight.
Yeah, just right here, though.
Go ahead and flag him off. Go! Oh! Carburetor backfired! Freiburger's carburetor backfired and the engine died. He stomped on the pedal too fast. Finnegan's halfway down the straight.
This car's a dead duck.
Look at that Duster fly! Oh! Wow! Wow! Man, that thing looks good going down the track. Look at the one-wheel peel. The rooster tail is insane. Freiburger's only 10 feet out of the starting line.
He technically takes the win.
I think it's all Finnegan. I think it's at the starting line.
Died, never left.
Oh, I win. All right, good game, way to hustle. So what happened here is Freiburger only made it 9 or 9.5 feet out from the starting cone, whereas Finnegan, he flew around this track like an American eagle owning the dirt track.
Freaking Richard Petty around through here.
Oh, yeah, and look, it's kind of a petty color.
Yeah.
The number 44
One number
is
off.
almost 43.
My dominance throughout this episode is complete.
You guys ready?
We'll find out.
Go! Oh, look at that. This is a race. What we have here is an automobile race. Oh no, this is going to be Finnegan on the inside.
Oh, he's gonna have to wait.
Oh, it's over for Freiburger. He seems to be stalled. Oh, Finnegan up and into the water hazard. Coming up. Oh, look at that.
That wasn't good.
If he can restart that engine and catch Finnegan. Freiburger is back on the track. He is back in this competition. It is not over. It is not over. Freiburger is still in this race. But Finnegan is going to be hard to catch. Look at that rooster tail. He's on the infield grass, and he's through into the last turn. Finnegan, here comes Freiburger, coming on strong, but I don't think he's got the engine. He ain't got enough motor to catch Finnegan. Finnegan on the last straight. It's old Finnegan!
I did it! That was fun to watch.
It was. Here comes Freiburger. This is drifting into the last turn down the straight. Oh, he's saving the car.
Oh, Camaro sounds
He
bad.
figures he ain't catching Finnegan.
Oh, man.
He's out of this one.
Boy, did I learn a dirt track racer's lesson right there. So here's what happened.
Okay.
Very first corner, you know, we were racing for it. I gave it to you. I went in. You blasted dirt in my face, and I did not have my shield down, and I had so much dirt in my eyes, I had to stop because it was, like, painful.
You are freckled now.
Yes. And so, basically, you won your own race twice. That was cool. The good news is, gives these guys a chance.
I'll take the Camaro.
Okay.
Steve,
Yes, sir.
you can win this race.
I don't know. Newbern's a hard driving man.
I just showed you the way. Duster won twice.
I know. Perfect.
I'll be cheering you on.
This is gonna be the final showdown. Your boy Finnegan might have taken out Freiburger, but you are going down, brother.
Newbern took the inside, the pole position.
I just heard him. He figured out my strategy. I'm on the inside to the first turn, so because whoever gets in that corner first is going to shoot mud all over the guy behind him, and then it's basically over after that.
You ready for me to send him?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Do it.
Go! I like it's remote control. That's fun.
Good. This is good, except Dulcich is on the outside and he's about to get blasted.
Yep.
Way out of shape.
Yep, he's done. So pretty much the race was just won by Newbern unless he spins out and gets passed.
Or does Dulcich just take a shortcut? Because from what I've been told about this place, the grass is not off limits.
Newbern's way too far out front. Oh, good air, yeah! Okay, maybe Duster survives with sheet metal one piece. Here comes Newbern for the win. And bam!
That thing is a machine.
Here he comes.
Never gives up. Look at him. Still wide open.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, coming in hot. Do you want to go again?
Sure.
All right. This time, I think it'll be different. I feel like Dulcich now knows some of the course. However, Newbern now knows the course and is crazy.
Everyone ready? Okay, Dulcich, go!
What are you doing? Are you really plugging the nitrous in?
Oh, Andy's gonna go. Oh, he's on the button. And it's just missing.
$5 says he'll catch him.
I'm not taking that bet. Look at him. He's on a leisurely drive. Oh, Newbern's gonna blast past Dulcich right now. Watch this. Uh-oh.
Here it comes.
Oh! This is way better than before. Well, over here anyway.
He just took himself out.
He did.
Oh, I may have crashed the car a little bit.
So the Camaro's now stuck and not running.
Dulcich
and
is
I have
cruising.
no idea what Dulcich is doing.
I'm good.
He's yelling. I think he's okay.
Hey, go again.
All right, Dulcich, this time it's got to be a fair, clean start, okay? None of this jumping the gun.
Yeah. Guy, I will send them. Dulcich jumped, but whatever. He's on the bottle, dude. He's gonna get him. Watch this.
He's gonna cut in.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Newbern completely gets around Dulcich.
Don't give up, Dulcich. Newbern has already proven that he can overdrive this track. Oh, it doesn't sound good.
Duster's dying. Oh,
That
Camaro's
one's
not
not
good.
happy.
I think we've succeeded in breaking both of these cars.
He wounded it on the bottle, I guarantee it. How long will the rods last?
Man.
Oh, can Dulcich catch him?
Oh, come on, Dulcich.
Dulcich should just go straight here.
Up, Dulcich lost.
On the bottle. That's nitrous right there, dude. It's such a fast pile of crap. I love that car. Well, technically, they're still running. I think we should just send them again.
Keep going.
They're not dead yet. That was fun.
That was fun.
Who really won that deal anyway? Well, it's Roadkill, so no one really cares. Except Mike Finnegan. Because let's be honest, Finnegan absolutely dominated the driving and the fun in every single test. From the drag racing to the figure eight, to the rally circuit, to the wheel-to-wheel showdown, which wasn't really a wheel-to-wheel showdown at all for Mike because I failed. He came out on top. And therefore, Team Freiburger and Finnegan win. And I'm sharing the glory. I'm not proud. But what's really the point? Well, it's getting out there and getting busy living, having some fun with some pals, and Roadkill once again proves that an old circle track car is the greatest value for fun in the gearhead world. So get a couple of them. Get out there with your buddies. Blast around in the desert or the woods or whatever. And when someone asks you why, you just tell them, because Roadkill.
Newbern, I gotta give you credit because you are always fixing stuff, but you are hard on equipment. That was bad.
I'm sorry.
I don't think you are. We were waiting for pistons to fall out of it right around here.
Yeah.
Well, I was just eating Newbern's dust the whole time, so
Yeah.
I couldn't see anything.
I know exactly what that feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dirt, the berms, the jumps, everything about this place.
It is a lot of fun.
Maybe season 10, we come back, all of the dirt track cars. Sick.
Ooh, yeah.
Maybe.